our scene opens as Ripley's bedroom door opens, and we see Ripley and Leido walk into the room. Please describe your characters, and Ripley, describe your room as this door is opening up and we are walking in.
Ripley is a 5 foot some mid-height person. They've got on jeans and some shitty little boots and a flannel over a t-shirt. Their hair is kind of medium length. Yeah, that's about it. They've got green eyes.
Lido is like a little gothy, skatery, punky girl. Uses she, they pronouns. Has kind of a mismatch of like time periods on. So like some 70s stuff, some like modern stuff, some, really like 20s-ish influenced stuff. They're short and petite. They have black features, golden tan skin, kinky curly hair up into little space buns. And they're always carrying some kind of artistry implement, whether it's a pen and pad, or brushes like markers, or a graffiti can of paint.
Rip's room is messy, but like an organized chaos kind of thing. They've got a bookshelf against the wall by the door that's got like a smattering of books, mostly kind of like young adult books, like the kinds you read in like middle or junior high and you really, really latch onto as a personality trait, and then you don't really know what to do with those books after you outgrow them, but you still love them. There's a poster of the U.S. women's soccer team on their wall. There are also like little like wooden figurines that are like kind of haphazardly carved. There's a carving knife on their desk, and on their bedside table they have what looks like a mason jar filled with like twinkle lights, instead of a nightlight or a bedside lamp. There's also like piles of clothes in corners because he's a teenager and no teenager cleans their room.
All right. Do you shut the door?
I like leave it cracked, but like it's mostly shut. It's like that, like, how parents are like, you have to leave the door open.
Yes.
And it's like technically open, but it's not. Like the latch is touching the plate.
Perfect. And the two of you are left alone in Ripley's room.
Yeah, so this is my room. I've got a bunch of like, also on the desk, like lined up by the window, there's a bunch of jars, and like some of them have marbles, and some of them have little rocks, and some of them have just like weird little, those little like figurines that you buy in blind packs and you open them and they're just like in Mylar packages. There's like a jar full of those, and there's a jar full of like kind of dirtier looking ones that look like they just found them on the street somewhere. Yep. This is where the magic happens. That sounds gross. I shouldn't have started that. That was gross.
I mean, do you know magic, or?
No. I actually don't wish I did. I feel like knowing magic is kind of like a weird thing. Unless it's like actual magic, but that's a ridiculous thing magic isn't real.
I mean, obviously.
So, yeah.
I mean, like, except like, art and like,
sure, music,
science and music. And I mean, maybe it's like a little bit real.
Yeah, like in just like a way that we don't understand it. Because like people used to think the solar system was magic, and they put Galileo in a prison tower, and they were like, "Hey, that's heresy," and he was like, "Nah, it's just science, bitch." And then
exactly,
right.
And people still like think that like the Earth is flat. It's so dumb.
Oh God, there's so much stupidity in the world.
Yeah, and like she starts to like page through, and they land on a page, and it's like an illustration of like really chibi looking cutesy planets, like the solar system, and they like tear it out. So you like space, like you can have this. It's, you know, it matches your
No.
room or whatever.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, it's
Are
cool.
you
I
sure?
can make another one.
You worked like super hard on this. I don't want to like just take your art. That's
No, I
really
mean
nice.
freely given. It's cool.
Cool. Ripley like finds a piece of like scotch tape, or like not even scotch tape, but masking tape, and slaps it on the back and puts it on their wall like right above their bed. That's
It's perfect.
it's so perfect. Yeah, I mean you're welcome. My room is made to be experienced with hands. That also sounds bad. You can look through anything, and that is fine, because there is nothing to hide here, because it's just a room with a bunch of shit in it, so...
Yeah?
You know.
Where's your diary?
I don't keep one.
You don't... Oh.
No. I tried to for like a really long time, because Gabby was like, we should like remember our years and whatever.
I mean,
the
you
hell she said.
should.
Yeah, but like it feels really like narcissistic to write it down like it's gonna matter.
You matter. I mean, you know, lots of people matter in their own way. So it's important to recognize that, you know, like you should remember your life and stuff. I draw. That's how I remember. It's like a journal, kind of.
That's like super. That's like way cooler though. Like I'm not really good with. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm really bad with words.
That's not my experience.
Oh.
I mean, like I'm in your room and the door is kind of closed, and I just I don't think that you're bad with words. Like it's just that words are hard, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
Ripley is unconsciously drifting closer to Leido. Like not in a like weird way, but just like kind of like how you rock back and forth to be comfortable, and then is also moving forward. Yeah, that's maybe I'll write down what's important. What's important to you?
Oh, you know, like sea turtles and art and like graph. Like it's really freeing to just like be able to go and just tag like wherever I want. And like usually like I'm on my own and I've got to find a way up and find a way back down, like without getting caught. And it's really fun because like I'm not really good at breaking like rules. Like I'll smoke on the quad or whatever, but like I'm not like the student code of conduct is like my parents are like, when you're at school, you know, it's a promise and you should make sure that you're acting like an upstanding citizen and blah blah blah. So like, you know, I don't want to like get in trouble. So but
Do you read that thing?
yeah, I did.
That's really cute.
No, it's like so dorky.
No,
I don't know if
it's
you
really
noticed, my
cute,
shorts are like,
actually.
I started wearing fucking Bermuda shorts because like all my shorts were too short. And I tried putting bike shorts underneath my shorts, and that was a problem. And like, they're cute. They're like little bloomers. They're like little vintage guys and whatever. It's dumb. I read it.
No, that's really so cute.
I mean, thanks. And like, they look up at you because they're little. They're very petite. And like, their face is so red. Like, you.
Ripley's is too.
Yeah, they're just like.
And I think you're also like becoming aware of how close to each other you actually are now at this point.
I feel like I look up and I'm like, geez. No, it's cool. I mean, we can share personal space.
I'm not really okay, I'm just gonna say something and you can ignore it and we can pretend it never happened, or I'm just gonna say it. And they're going to fumble around behind them on their desk because they don't want to turn away until they find this tiny, squat wooden flower. It's not even like it's not even pretty. It's just like someone took a little piece of wood, like a wood chip from a playground, and whittled it into like a shitty little flower. I mean, we were talking about friends and going as friends, and that's super cool. And if you want to go as friends, I super want to go as friends because I don't have a lot of friends, but also you're really cute and really nice, and oh god, this sucks. Do you want to go to the dance with me, maybe?
Oh, and like you hear them kind of like snort. It's very unbecoming and weird.
Ripley immediately leans in closer as soon as they snort.
Yeah, wow.
There's no pressure. You don't have to answer. We can just go as friends. It's totally fine. That was really stupid of me to even ask.
They reach out as you start like going on and grab your hand around the flower. I am glad that you asked. I think I'd like that, and I don't know, Rip, like you're cool.
Gross.
And
no, I'm not.
Hot, and I don't know, you
good.
like my art, and that's really great. And I don't know, you make me really nervous.
That's cool. You make me nervous too.
Cool.
I'm not gonna like puke or anything, but like I feel like I might.
Oh no, don't
not
puke.
in a bad way, but like in a good way.
I'll puke on you if you puke. Don't puke.
Cool.
Please, man,
yeah,
don't.
No, we're cool. I won't puke.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'd still go to the dance with you, but you know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, I've been through worse. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to put you through anything bad.
Yeah. Cool. I don't want to go through anything bad, so that's
yep.
That's good. I don't have anything to give you. This flower's really beautiful. I have
fucking art, dude. It's gorgeous, and I wanted to ask you the other day, but like it was really the only first time we talked, and I felt weird about that. But like you're super cute and like funny, and I like when you laugh when you snort, and I just think that's nice. Yeah. So
I think like as Rip is saying all of that, they like look up and like really like take you in, and with permission, I think they like smooch you and they lay one on you.
Ripley absolutely, like as soon as they notice that Leido's leading in, they're like, oh, okay.
So side note, we don't have strings on people. Is it okay for me to take strings during certain moments that have passed before now for reasons?
Sure.
Okay. So Leido is like almost outside of themselves as they kind of like jump up and like wrap their arms around your neck, and they think it's just gonna be like a peck. So depending on how you react, something else might happen.
Ripley fully responds and is trying to be super chill about it, but also is like testing the waters of like, I mean, I'll make out with you right now if you want to.
Yeah, like this is like a very big moment for Leido. Like she sees herself as being part of like the background. Like she records everything that's happening in front of her. She's not like, they're not somebody who's like, oh, I'm part of this fabric. Like they're always like on the outside. And this is a moment that they're very much inside. So if you kiss them back, like they go for it and like they deepen the kiss and like they get a little handsy.
Oh yeah.
As like the making out starts and like it's deeper and like the more intense it becomes, you start to kind of feel like a soft breeze on your face and you start like smelling like really beautiful kind of like flowery, like floral redolent air. And you realize that like your back is slightly damp from like dew. And when Leido kind of pulls back, you can see that like her cheeks are like glowing this beautiful like reddish pink color, and her eyes are kind of like her lids are very like sparkly looking, and her hair is kind of like moving around her like as if there's like a breeze that's not really like blowing it. And when you look behind her head, you see that like you're just in this like verdant like glade of flowers and dewdrops, and like the sun is like really beautiful and sparkling, and like everything is just like technicolor. Like it's super duper bright. Like if someone told you that you were on acid, you'd be like, sure.
You'd be like, sure.
And I think like as she kind of pulls back and like you see her eyes are like very much like lovey-dovey eyes, and like she's like grinning, and like her lips are like extra like delicious looking. And when she like looks down at you, she sees that you're like laying in this bed of this glade of grass, and immediately recoils and is like, "Ah!"
Oh, did I do something wrong? Is it? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
At this point, you hear on the door.
Ah!
Wow!
Wow!
Just a second.
That was crazy.
Alright, you guys, in there.
Oh, it's Raj. We should invite them in. We gotta go talk to Raj.
Come in.
Yeah.
You can come
Hey.
in, friend.
I
What's
push the
up?
door open. Rip, are you damp? What?
What?
What did you?
Ew!
No.
Why?
Oh.
Why'd you say that?
Oh, do I
It's
need
hot.
to?
It's-
You know what, guys? I am so
I'm just sweating.
sorry.
I'm just sweating
I'm
a lot.
gonna-
I really
I'm
sweat
gonna-
a lot, dude. It's fine.
Right. Okay.
The window's open and it's
Right.
it's warm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you? How's Gabby? Is Gabby okay?
Is
Because
Gab
that's
okay?
yeah.
I hate to spoil whatever this is.
Nothing.
Nothing's happening. Everything's super normal.
It's great in here.
But someone else died.
What? Rips out the
Yeah.
room. Going to Gabby.
As you rush out of the room, you actually like run into the chest of one of your dads, and there's just this like moment where he just kind of catches you and kind of looks in to see who's in the room, and he's just like, I want everyone's parents' numbers. None of you are leaving the house. You're all staying here tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
Oliver's
Can
on
we
the way
go get
home.
Ollie?
No, the bus is bringing him. School let out early.
Okay.
I'm serious. Parents' numbers.
Yes, sir.
I look at my watch. They're asleep. It's like stupid o'clock for them. They're not. You're not getting them on the phone.
Well, I'd like a number anyway, just to call later.
I like tear a
Whatever.
little page out of my book and hand it over.
Yeah, and he's collecting, and then he does follow you, Rip, to Gabby's room to collect Dawn's number as well. But as they walk away, go ahead and describe Raj to us, as you're just kind of left there for a moment with Leido.
Raj is a tallish, kind of bad boy looking individual, pronouns they, them, with lightly tanned skin, slick back hair, a little ruffled, but like tastefully so. They have a kind of dramatic makeup on, but they present very masculinely. They're in slacks, and like a jacket and a tie and stuff. And at the moment, as Rip's dad turns away and Leido hands them this slip of paper to write the phone number down, they're just kind of looking at the slip of paper. And with all the joviality of the day, with all of the chaos in the house, it's like all the air has been let out of this hyper-confident person to just a wisp of what they usually are. But they very quickly shake it off and just kind of shrug and pull a pen off of Rip's desk and write a number that is very clearly not an American number.
And as the door opens back to Gabby's room, he steps in, and Gabby and Dawn are kind of sitting on the bed just staring at the TV, even though the TV's probably been turned off by now, just out of not wanting to hear anymore. You hear a faint voice, of their dad just saying, I need your parents' numbers. Nobody's going home tonight. We're all staying here. I don't want anyone leaving the house. And as Dawn is kind of getting that number for him, describe Dawn to us.
Dawn is average girl next door looking. She's got big, doughy brown eyes, curly, wavy curly hair that flows to about just past her shoulders. A lot of freckles. And she is wearing overalls and just like a plain sweatshirt. The overalls look pretty, a little beat up. And she's writing on a number. My mom works really late. You're welcome to call and leave a message, but you might not hear anything back for a while. My brother might call, but yeah.
Okay, thank you. He takes it, and you see there's just like a little handful of different ripped pieces of paper at this point, and he starts taking those away to go make some phone calls. And eventually, I think all of you are just kind of like pulled back into the living room itself. Every blanket and pillow in this entire house is brought into this living room.
Ripley's been kind of manically trying to turn the living room into a blanket fort. In all ways, I'm like sitting Gabby at the middle and just like working around her. And as soon as Ollie wheels through the door, they kind of switch on this like almost TV older brother kind of vibe and like go and ruffle his hair and kind of introduce him around and start like getting snacks and just trying not to let him dwell on what's going on. Ollie's this like 11-year-old. He looks pretty like maybe like Latin Hispanic. He's got dark hair that's pretty short. He's in a wheelchair. And he rolls himself through the door, and he's like a sweet kid, just like the sweetest little guy.
Probably like immediately happy to see so many people, and he's like, "Hi, everybody."
Yeah, he's like super social. He's like the most normal of us.
Oh yeah, probably pretty excited to see Miles, who is helping in whatever way he can with this pillow and blanket fort situation. He is also super excited to be involved in this sleepover. A parent at some point is like, maybe sleep in your room tonight, bud. And he's like, no, why would I do that? We're having a whole sleepover out here. Of course I'm sleeping out here. So a lot of excitement is kind of led by him throughout the rest of this night. And I mean, you have this just huge sleepover in the living room with movie after movie after movie, and it probably takes many of you a while to fall asleep, whether it be through conversation or whatever movie is on. Your brain is just awake, and it takes you a while to be able to shut that off. You're not sure what time you fall asleep. The next day, school is canceled, and everyone is kind of instructed to go home now. In the morning, Miles is voluntold to drive Dawn and Leido home before going home himself, and I imagine that car ride is pretty quiet, not because of awkwardness, but because of everyone's very tired, not just from being up late, but from just all of the like emotional roller coasters that you've been through in the past couple of days. Not much discussion happens on the car ride home. And I think it kind of montages everyone getting home to their own places, and I think through various group texts and maybe like different phone calls, FaceTime planning, whatever it may be, you mentioned that you wanted to hold a vigil for Connie. Do you want to add Benji to this vigil as well and kind of plan some sort of like joint vigil for Wednesday evening?
Yeah, I think I'd have the entire student council plus these folks in a text chain.
Wednesday night, as the sun will probably be almost setting, that like kind of orange haze as everyone's kind of meeting up for this vigil. Tell me what this vigil looks like and kind of what role maybe you had.
I think as someone who is not on the student council, but like friends with all of the student council, Raj did a lot of the heavy lifting of like, I'm gonna get my housekeeper and my driver to help me like go around the town and pick stuff up, and like bankrolled a lot of it because that's just what they're good for, is how they feel. And so when everyone arrives, they have brought like baskets of like candles and cups, you know what I mean? And like flowers, and maybe printed out some photos and whatnot, and just put it kind of in the middle of whatever, like if it's a park, maybe on a fountain or like on a bench or something, one for each of them, and made it so that it's just kind of people can just show up.
I think Leido doesn't know any of these people. So she like does some sketches of the deceased that are like little cartoons, and makes like flyers to help advertise. And that's kind of like what she does. She like rides around town like on their skateboard, just kind of putting up, you know, advertisements to make sure people come and honor them, and just kind of stays on the outside of the action, watching everybody and kind of illustrating some moments of people being together. They've got their camera out and stuff to try and like take some memories.
Dawn also doesn't really know anybody, isn't particularly close, so she kind of stands back a little closer to Leido, a little awkwardly. She's brought 2 white roses, and that she just stands there quietly. If there's a place to put them down, she'll put them, but besides that, she'll try to stay out of everyone's way as they mourn their friends.
Ripley has become an annoying hoverer around his siblings, as is a theme with my characters apparently. But they're, ever since like a second kid from the student council was the one that was killed, they're aggressively not letting Gabriella or Oliver out of their sight. And like they see their friends and kind of like nod a little awkwardly at Leido. But I think they're just like almost acting like a bodyguard.
And I think there are lots of tears from a lot of people, some of which you're like, you didn't even, or maybe you hear Gabby like under their breath be like, you didn't even know Connie. But like there's a lot of that. There's a lot of anger from Gabby at all the people that are here crying, like that weren't even her friend or talked shit, you know, just 4 days ago. There's a lot of that.
Every time she starts grumbling, Rip puts a hand on her shoulder and just pats it.
And I think that like makes the volume kind of go down until she stops, and eventually it is dark enough to where the candles all kind of light up the area pretty decently, and there's just something dark but pretty about it at the same time. And you can see all the pictures that were brought and the roses that were brought, various flowers. People are kind of making their rounds in various places, but I think eventually like you know, migrate to the people that you know.
Is your sister okay?
I mean, no, but I'm sure she will be eventually. I'm not loving the pattern that's being set up here.
Oh, no, I'd imagine not.
But, you know, what can we do?
I mean, we can watch her.
Yeah.
She'll get tired of that real fast, but we can try.
Like, what is she like, though? Like, she like, I don't
She's
know,
inquire.
dancing video games?
She used to like Yoshi a lot when we were kids for some reason. She thought the like noise was hilarious.
We could take shifts. I mean, I can, I will sing with her if I have to.
That's super nice, yeah.
Or,
I'm
like, I can
just-
just, like, ask her to sit for a drawing, or, I don't know. We could take shifts.
How are you guys doing? Raj, you knew them. How are you doing, bud?
Probably not unlike Gabby. Not great, but this helps. They gesture at the everything. Planning things is kind of how I show love. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's my love language. This. And it's nice to see so many people turn out for them.
I keep wanting to say something like, we're gonna catch the fucker that did this, but like we're 16, like we're not gonna do jack shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We can keep an eye on your sister and the rest of them, and
Yeah,
I
what
can
are
only-
do you know the others, like the other student council members, so we can like I don't know, maybe we set up this in a day, maybe we can set up buddy systems so Stuco kids don't go places alone.
I mean, try to get Casey and Amber to let someone pal around with them all of the time. Especially Amber, she would not go for that shit.
I was gonna say, if we're taking turns, can I not have Amber, please? She scares me.
We're scared of everyone.
She's secretly a teddy bear, but don't tell her that I said that.
I will not.
I was thinking about it, so thanks for
Yeah. No.
I mean, I haven't made any particular enemies yet. So if you need to pair me up with somebody that's generally unpleasant, maybe they'll be nice to me?
I mean, she's not unpleasant. She's just a lot.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. In like the best way. Don't get me wrong, Amber, wonderful. A lot. You think I'm a lot. Amber is a lot.
I think you're amazing.
you're pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stop it. Don't stop.
During the lull in conversation, Ripley pulls out their phone and just texts Smiles. Everything okay?
Yeah, you send it. You don't get a reply back.
So, you two were gone a little. a few
Yeah, you
minutes
know
yesterday.
what? I need a distraction from this. You two jumped far away from each other pretty quick when I knocked on that door.
Oh,
I was just showing Rip some art.
Yeah,
I made some sick art,
planets.
and yeah, plants.
I'm jumpy. I'm just a jumpy fucker.
Right.
I
That's
can
why-
see that.
That's why they want me to play goalie, because I jump real good.
Mm-hmm. That's why
That's
you
all.
were dewy. And
Again, the window
were
was
what?
open.
there was this lovely glisten, and Lido's cheeks were rosy as all hell.
Wow.
I didn't tell you I have asthma. It's not something I talk about a lot. And I just was showing Rip some art. You can even go look. I mean, like right on their wall, there's
Right.
like I gave him this like really nice illustration of the space because space is an important thing to have, and it's an important place to go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next frontier or
I'm-
something like that.
The final
I'm
one,
having
even.
a very rough week, and it would just do my heart so good if you could stop bullshitting me.
Whatever. They
Uh.
asked me to the dance, and I said yes. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. It's cool.
I fist bump Ripley.
Ripley's not looking at anyone and just.
We love to see it.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So
But
you know,
we should still like go, like hang out together while we're there.
yeah, as friends.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, some of us are friends. Others are more than friends.
Friendship is really important.
Friendship can
I
mean
like-
a lot of things.
It-
I bump
can.
shoulders with Dawn. Aren't they the cutest?
They really are.
What? Fuck. What about you guys? Did Miles finally grow some fucking balls, Dawn?
Yeah, I talked to him.
We've all talked to him. Let's be real, Raj.
Gosh.
What?
He was
Miles
Likes you.
Leido like scans through their notebook and has like this picture of Miles like with like heart eyes, and like in the bubble is like a little picture of your face. Miles.
That is very cute. Actually, Ripley, does Miles get like nosebleeds or something?
I mean, yeah, he's a football player. They get hit in the face all the time. I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure he's had nosebleeds. Why?
Well, I sneezed while I was in his car the other day. And he was out of the car, and I went to his glove box because sometimes people keep like napkins and stuff in there, and
Sure.
yeah, there was a cloth that had some blood on it. It didn't look recent though, so I figured maybe he just like had a nosebleed after practice or something. I don't know, but yeah. That was just a weird thing to keep in a glove box, You should probably take it out, throw it away.
Raj.
People have
pulls out their
nosebleeds all the
phone
time in an anime when someone's really hot. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe he like looked at you and it was too much, and then he needed a cloth or something.
I had not ever noticed anything pouring from his nose in my presence, but I will keep a lookout from now
Yeah.
on.
I mean, whatever. Like it might not be anything serious, but I'm just saying I've seen this done, and I can understand. Sometimes, in the heat of the moment, things get out of control, and you never know what's gonna happen.
I'm going to put a pin in that. I haven't seen him tonight.
Oh.
Raj pulls out their phone and texts.
He hasn't
Miles.
answered me. I already tried.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him. Hold on. I'll pull out my phone and call him.
Yeah, you call him, it rings. It rings exactly one time and then is sent to voicemail.
Oh, you little shit. What are you doing?
Do you know his parents' number, maybe? Like, do they still have a home phone? Is that...
Would I know if they have like a home phone?
Roll a d6.
5.
They do have a home phone.
Wild.
Yeah.
Then I'll call the home phone.
Okay. So it rings a couple of times and then you hear, hello?
Hi.
And you hear Natalie,
Oh.
his older sister.
Yeah. Hey Natalie, it's Rip. Is your brother around?
No, I actually haven't seen him at all today.
He
I don't know.
took-
Your parents called last night and said he was staying over there.
Yeah, he stayed and then he took 2 of our friends home, and now he's not at the vigil. You haven't seen him all, like he didn't come home?
No.
Fuck. I'm sure he's fine. He's
Rip,
Yeah.
how worried should I be right now?
Do a 7.
God damn it. And then I think just hangs up.
Yep. Rip is also hanging up. He hasn't been seen since he took you guys home. So I'm
Okay.
gonna
Yeah.
I hate this.
Yeah.
Should we
I start texting the text chain with all of the other people, like the popular table, like his friends. And I mean, maybe like start telling the parents. Y'all's parents talk, right? Like that's a
I'm
thing.
sure Nat told them. Do I have him on Find My Friends?
He has turned off his location.
God damn it. Fuck. We should do something because I can usually see where he is and I don't know where he is, and that's a problem.
Can you see where he was last?
Can I see where he was last?
Right outside of Leido's house from bringing them home.
So we turned it off right after he dropped Leido off. Okay.
He wouldn't go back to the school, right? He's not an idiot. He wouldn't.
He might. If it might be his place to start.
Right, but should we go back to the school when there's like cops and stuff to do that?
I mean, I feel
Cops aren't
shitty
cool,
just sitting here
guys.
doing nothing. Yeah, and also fuck the cops. That too.
I mean, yes, but like
They're gonna ask us a bunch of questions. We're not gonna be able to figure anything out. I mean, unless you want to sneak.
I've been known to sneak.
I can be stealthy. That's a thing I can sometimes do.
I can, in
At this
theory.
point, you hear Gabby having approached. What the hell are you talking about?
Nothing. Jesus, when did you get so quiet?
I can also sneak.
Fine, Miles isn't here and he's not answering his phone, and his sister hasn't seen him, and I can't see where he is. You're caught up.
I feel like, again, like Leido is kind of afraid of her. So I feel like when she enters, Leido's just like, ow. It makes like the Yoshi sound.
Rip has to turn away because they're gonna like try to kiss Leido again if they.
There's like this double take of the sound. Did you just... Never mind. Look, Rip, I mean, we should probably head home soon. I don't really feel comfortable being out late.
No. I'll get you and Ollie home. Let's do that. I'm gonna go home now, guys. And I look at them in a very unsubtle way that says I'm absolutely not going to stay at home. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
Yes.
Raj will give a small kind of like sad smile, I guess, to Gabby and just be like, just be careful, okay?
And she kind of nods and says, "Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here." And turns and starts walking with Rip.
In the car on the way home, I go, hey, Dad, I told him my friends I'd come back with a truck and take them home because they don't want to go by themselves. Is that cool?
Roll 2d6.
9.
Oof. Okay. Your dad looks you directly in the eyes. And then looks back out the window and says, "I want you home by 11.
I can do 11. It's, it's only like, what, 7 now? It won't take me 4 hours to get them home, probably. Unless, we get to talking and then start doing drugs and, all the things.
Yeah, the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I want a text every 30 minutes.
Every 30 minutes? Come on, man. 45.
Every 30 minutes. And I want you to promise you're not going to do anything stupid.
I've never done anything stupid. Who do you think you're talking to?
I don't hear a promise.
I promise not to do anything stupid. Is that your definition of stupid or my definition of stupid?
Do you want to make it 15 minutes?
Nope. 30 minutes is great. I promise not to do anything stupid.
And I think we hard cut to...
Perky Sips would be open.
So you all meet up at this little cafe?
Okay, I have like 3.5 hours. If we're gonna do this, we gotta do it soon.
Yeah. Let's get going, I guess. I'm not fucking around here. We see anything that isn't Miles, totally fine, and we run away. Yes? Can we agree on that?
Sure.
You look
Great.
at like Leido, and Leido is like strapped. Like Leido has like a little vest that has pockets for like paint cans, but instead of paint cans, there's like snacks in there, and there's like a little camera, and there's a flashlight in one, and like they're ready to go. It's like obviously the outfit that they wear, and they're trying to be stealthy. They've got like a little beanie on, and like they're in all black with like their little black like platform sneakers. Like they're like really ready for this like stealth attack, and look entirely too serious.
So I will say, getting near, there are patrol cars around the school. So are we wanting to like park a little bit away and sneak? Is that the plan here?
Yeah.
Okay. Sneaking into towards the school, getting baseball bats, heading to the woods. That's the plan?
Mhm.
Great. I'm going to have everyone roll 2d6 for me.
Raj
Nice.
got an 8.
I got
Oh,
it.
no,
Oh.
Ripley.
I got
Snake
a
eyes?
6.
Oh, Lord.
8, a 6,
I got a 12.
a 12.
Hot damn.
You know what's
It's
better
gonna be the
than
last time that happens tonight.
rolling 1-1? It's rolling 2-1.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Okay. You all successfully sneak past the patrol cars. With Leido kind of in the lead. Like you can there's this whole other side of Leido that you're seeing right now, and you're like, what? Wow. Just this super sneaky, like professional sneak going through and showing you the best way to take, basically, to get past these patrol cars, and you make it to this little shed that kind of attaches to the gym itself, almost like shed, locker room, gym sort of situation. You get inside, you grab whatever supplies you need, baseball bats, whatever it may be, and then you hear footsteps as some officers are walking around the building to see what that sound was that they just heard. And I think all of you shove into this this storage place, close the doors, and you're waiting in complete darkness as you hear their voices outside. They're talking, and then eventually you hear them walk away. And you are able to kind of open those doors back up, and you start making your way in the opposite direction towards the woods. And you're walking for a little while until, as you are walking through, you're passing the like big windows that look into the cafeteria itself. And you glance in and almost double take as you can see the cafeteria. The lights are not on, but the lights for where the food is prepared are all on, and you can see red on the floor. Just this red liquid of some sort just spread all along the floor in here. What do you do?
Whoever is in front of me, which I think would probably be Leido, actually, because just order-wise. I will tug on their hoodie, I guess, and just and point.
Leido, as you turn to look in the window, you see for a moment, you see the blood, the red, the crimson liquid on the floor, and then you see a shadow pass by the window. You see someone standing, looking, and you see they're holding a mop, and they are beginning to clean this up, and then they stop. And there's this moment with all four of your faces in this window, Leido, you are the only one that ducks down quick enough as the head turns, and you see Doris, the lunch lady, is looking directly at you, and in this moment, all of you just run. You just take off running in this moment of, oh shit, we've been caught, and kind of taking those failures into consideration here. You run, you sprint around, and as you're running around the building, you all run into the chest of 2 of the police officers. You're all taken to your own houses. The officers assure you they will look into whatever you're babbling about inside of the school. You're not supposed to be here anyways.
Just don't tell my
Go home.
parents.
Actually, can I use one of my bargains
Sure.
to the strings attached one? I can send it to you. But basically to sweet talk them to just, we were just worried about our friend. We were, just at the vigil. We were, honestly, it was stupid of us. We are so sorry. My parents will happily make a donation to do whatever we need to do. And we've just lost 2 friends. It was really rough. We are so sorry. We'll go right home, I swear. And just like to basically just let us go as long as they walk, just like drive away. You know what I mean?
I think because of the previous failure, I think that you could definitely use that to keep them from talking or to, contact any parents. I think it would be like you could even probably drive home in your own vehicle, but they're tailing you to make sure that you get home. I think absolutely. I think we'll resolve that at your home scene.
Yep.
You'll have time for a brief conversation in the vehicle as you all get in and the police are tailing you. I think it's silent for a steady 30 seconds at least.
I feel like we probably all start talking at the same time.
Was that blood?
That was definitely mine.
Yeah, but they.
I don't know. I was too quick. I wasn't trying to stick around and look. You guys looked?
I mean, the
Yes.
cops are in the building, so it's
cops
not
are
as if
in on
it
it.
has to be. That's a little much, right? They
You
can't.
think
Yeah,
someone
that's-
else is dead?
They know someone else is dead and they're not doing jack shit about it.
Maybe. Well, no. I was about to say maybe it's fake blood, but that wouldn't.
That
why
was
would you
nowhere
have
near the theater department.
You said the Doris was there. Maybe she was cleaning up tomato soup or chili or something.
Well, do we know where Benji died? Was it in the school or was it in the forest also?
To the best of your knowledge, the deaths happened in the forest.
Was that that looked like a lot of blood? I don't. I know. Is that one person's worth of blood?
I don't.
We
There's a lot of blood in a person. I don't.
I mean, if it was
It
important,
doesn't make sense.
they wouldn't have let us leave, right? We
Right.
saw something important.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just let us go home.
Right. Exactly. So if it is, if they were in on it, they wouldn't let witnesses go, right? So maybe something bad happened in there before with Benji, and then he got out into the woods somehow. I don't know if I want to think about it too hard, but it can't be another person.
We still don't know where Miles is.
no, we don't.
Just keep blowing up his phone. Maybe he'll answer.
Can you guys drop me off a block away from my home? I
No.
No,
My parents-
It's not safe
You
for you
cannot
to
be-
walk.
nobody
Right.
cares about me. I'm not on student council, guys. Come
Well,
on, please. I can just
in
take my
case.
skateboard home. It'll be fine. My parents see cherries and berries outside their window on a night like tonight. I will
Listen.
never be able to see the light of day.
The lights aren't on. They're just following us. You can say that they were worried after the vigil. Just lie to them.
My mom's gonna be so mad. Lie to them?
Yeah.
You clearly haven't
mean,
met my
it's
mom.
not a lie.
You haven't met my mom, so you...
It's not a lie. They are worried after the vigil. Technically the truth.
Yeah, okay.
We kind of watch the truck drive off, eventually dropping everybody off at their own houses, and the camera follows Raj home. What does the outside of this house look like? As you are dropped off, Ripley drives off, the police car drives off, and you are standing outside of your home.
It is palatial. It is too much house for the size of family that Raj has. There is multiple cars, garage, one of those big, like, round driveways, that with gates and shit. It's ridiculous. But there's only one light on the front. It's not big, lit up. It's just dark. And the giant double doors, Raj steps up the stairs, and the camera shifts to inside, and all you hear is like the echo of the key in the lock as they open the door. And it is again dark except for one light on like the upstairs landing at the top of these like rounded stairs. And like the tick of a grandfather clock. Again, it is beautiful inside. There are Middle Eastern kind of rugs on the ground, very filigree-esque lanterns, art, stuff like that. Cushions, it's very plush, and photos all over the walls of Raj and their parents traveling the world, or just Raj's parents. Just everywhere. It's impressive, but also very lonely and very dark. I think Raj would kind of take their shoes off at the door, because God help you if you don't. Head into the kitchen, warm up whatever plate of food the housekeeper left for them, eat it at the counter, rinse it, drop it in the sink, and then start moving to their bedroom. That room looks actually lived in, though. They open the door and switch on the light, and the first thing you see is the mural that Leido painted for them. It's the hills of Cappadocia, where their family is from, and the hot air balloons over the sunrise, and the colors, and it's vibrant and kind of messy in that way that teenagers are messy, and there are books and a guitar and just all sorts of chaos. And they, flop down on the bed, and as they do, I think you see the only photo in this room, which is of Raj and their parents when Raj was very young. And they're all smiling. And you can tell that they're not in this house. They're in what looks like the kind of apartment that would fit in Raj's bedroom at this point, with like peeling linoleum. They're sitting on the floor, and there's like a plate of baklava on the table that is a single piece that's been cut up into little pieces so that they could share. And they look over at that photo and then just sort of deflate in the silence of the house.
There is this shift. It's not anything you can hear. It's not anything you can see necessarily, but there is this shift of energy, this knowledge that there's something in your window.
Love it.
And out of the corner of your eye, you see the figure sitting, legs kind of curled up to the chest, kind of hugging the knees. And you've come to learn that when you're looking out of the corner of your eye, you're seeing what it really looks like. There's this way too big, twisted smile as it kind of turns towards you. These blackened fingers, almost like frostbitten. And just this shadow spilling off of it. And as you're turning to look directly at it, you see the shadow disappear. You see almost like this inviting, fiery glow to the figure. Hands, kind of almost like bronzed color. The face also bronze, but with very, very rosy cheeks. Kind eyes. And a normal-sized smile. As you are looking at them straight on. And even sometimes when you blink, there's a moment where, as your eyes are opening, you get the glimpse of that large smile and the pale eyes with no iris at all, just different sized pupils. And you hear the familiar voice. I got you out of something today, didn't I?
Raj clutches a set of beads that they keep under their pillow as they sit up and face their friend. Yeah. I appreciate I didn't want my friends to yeah, you did. I guess I should ask what it's gonna cost me.
It's never free. And you
Yeah.
see their smile kind of like drift for a moment and then come back. And you blink, and in that moment, they're no longer on the windowsill. They're sitting on your bedside table instead, and they have the picture in their hand, and they're just kind of like looking at it and tilting it around. You seem to like these friends of yours, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. They're nice. They don't believe well, maybe they do believe the stories, but they don't seem to care.
And you think they'll still like you when they meet me? Because they won't.
Don't see why that would be necessary.
Everything comes at a cost, doesn't it?
But a cost to me, though, not to them. I don't...
Oh, but you have shown how valuable they are to you. Just tonight, haven't you? But don't worry. I only want one of them.
Their lives aren't mine to bargain with. They're not... That's never been how it works.
There's a dance coming up. Yeah? Do you want to go?
Be my fairy godmother. I mean, if they don't cancel it because of all of this that's happening.
Something tells me they won't.
What about it?
Something will happen at this dance. Someone you have spoken with quite recently. I'm interested in acquiring their skills. This won't make sense to you now, but it will become clear soon. I want the wolf. And you blink, and they're no longer in your room.
Raj looks at the photo that I imagine is like fallen on the table or whatever.
Yeah.
And they pick it up, set it properly back on the table, and just they just stare at it. And they probably open up their phone and look at the chat history that has like our group chat. I imagine Ripley has like texted like that they're home or like and conversation is happening. And they just it's like the darkness closes in on them. With the silence of the house getting that much more. Even the ticking of the clock seems to have dulled a little bit. And they don't even bother to take off the makeup or get changed or anything. They just curl themselves into a little ball and just probably don't sleep.
And the camera kind of pulls out the window and into the darkness as night has fallen. And fades to black. And then there's this montage of scenes as morning arrives, and to many people's anger, school is not canceled. Thursday is just as normal as any other Thursday. And we're kind of cutting around a little bit. You get to school, and there's a point where you pass through the cafeteria, almost like expecting to still see the crimson all over the floor, and it's perfectly clean. And the lunch lady, Doris, makes eye contact with one of you at some point and kind of like waves you over and stops you and it's like, I heard there was a bit of a misunderstanding last night, and kind of motions to the kitchens where you see bags upon bags of red food coloring as they are dyeing many different cakes and sweets for the Valentine's Day dance. She explains, one of these packages had ripped open, splattered all over the floor. We've been working so hard to get these desserts ready for the dance, and you do see on display in the back as they are making all of these different sweets and cakes, everything is pink or red, and believe what you want about that, but that seems to at least set Doris to not really have her attention on you. As she tells you this, you carry on with your day. Eventually we cut to Ripley in shop class, and you are at the workshop table that's like closest to the teacher's office. And as you're working, you're hearing a conversation between them. They're co-teachers, and you hear Mr. Stevenson and Miss Kaufman are standing with their arms crossed, just keeping an eye on the kids in the various tables and, holding the various dangerous objects. And you hear the conversation, I still don't understand why they aren't canceling this dance. And the other one says, the kids need normalcy right now. At least that's what Erickson is insisting. Even after the third body? Shh. Shushes that quickly, and the two of them head back into the office. The scene kind of fades as you continue.
This is the only class of Ripley's that they've gone to. Every other class, they have skipped their class and just sat in the back of Gabby's.
Perfect.
But they know that one of their friends has class with Gabby during shop, so they're letting it go for now. But as soon as the words third body come out of one of their mouths, when the teachers are distracted, I'm putting it in our group chat. I told you there's a third body.
And I think you went to shop class as well, because that is one class that you have with Miles, and Miles is not at school today. Cutting to lunch, all of the food is dyed red or pink, and heart shapes if they were able to. Like, it is disgustingly ridiculous in here right now, and it's just vomiting Valentine's Day everywhere, all over the school at the moment. And there are also like red and pink heart decorations all over the cafeteria. There's a Valentine's box in the center of the cafeteria where you can kind of go up and, you know, write secret Valentines or not secret, depending on what you want to do. Valentines, put them in the box to be passed out like on Friday during school. And I think we find our 4 characters sitting together at lunch. And you hear, after that group chat, discussion of the third body kind of whispering all around.
Ripley's not sitting still. They are like constantly moving and like jiggling their leg and just watching everything. And I've also mentioned that Miles wasn't in shop class.
Did they mention? Did anybody say where they found the body, or I guess they didn't give a name.
No, they clammed up as soon as they realized that maybe a student was close enough to hear.
Why are they hiding it? Why isn't it on the news? Why are we still in school?
Fucking in on it.
I think you're right.
Or maybe they think it's one of us. Not like us, but like someone our age. I mean, if I were a cop, which like fucking barf, but if I were a cop, I would want kids to probably go to school to see like if you can like catch them in like their natural habitat or something.
I think the group notices that Raj, unlike Ripley, is stock still, and unlike their usual flamboyance, if you will, is just very quiet. And it probably takes you a minute to notice, but then they don't feel the silence. And they're just kind of like looking at each of the people at the table, and probably at Gabby, who I assume is somewhere in the room, and just with a very intense focus.
Raj, are you sick, dude, or what's going on?
It's nothing, just stressed, just worried, just don't worry about it.
I mean, you're our friend, so we're gonna worry about it.
I'm not student council, remember? Shit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look over at the student council table. Who's missing?
Yeah.
Oh, smart.
The student council table is actually empty. Gabby is sitting over here with you guys. Casey and Amber did not come to school. But checking the group chat, they have both been replying.
Okay. They're safe, at least. That's good.
So it wasn't somebody on student council.
I mean, we know who it is, right?
There's no sense thinking like that.
I mean, not everybody showed up today. He's not the only one.
But he's
Right?
not answering anyone's texts. He's not answering anyone's calls. I assume last night I called Natalie and still nothing.
Yeah, they still haven't seen anything. The parents have alerted the cops, and that's it.
What else am I supposed to think? What else are we supposed to think?
I don't know.
We could skip our next class and go into the woods and try and look and see. if we see any of his stuff?
I'm
His
fine with that.
clothes?
And do what though? You know, like if let's say we go out there and we find his eviscerated body or something terrible, something that none of us should see. What is that gonna help? What are we gonna?
They're keeping secrets from us. At
We'll
least we
know.
know.
Yeah.
I'm with Dawn.
Knowledge
I
is
mean,
power.
it's better than not knowing, right? I mean,
It doesn't feel right to just sit in class and pretend everything's okay while these teachers and cops and everybody in this fucking town lies to us.
what if they try to say the opposite? What if they are looking for him because he's not here? We need to be able to defend our friend.
Miles is a good dude. He wouldn't hurt anyone. He
We
can
know
barely
that.
talk to a pretty girl.
We know that. But, like, I don't know. Maybe Dawn isn't the only person who found that bloody thing in his car. Can you imagine if someone else is saying something? We just need to know.
Shit.
I'm going out there. I don't know. I don't want to pull you guys into it, but
You're not going to by yourself.
Yeah, I'm going. Raj.
I look at Gabby.
Gabby is just looking from one of you to the other, to the other, to the other, and is just... I understand that you want to know, but... Why? Look, you said you heard of the third body by the teachers, right? That means there's no body there. It's been found. It's been moved. What are we gonna find there?
It's clothes.
I don't know, his stuff or
If it were you, wouldn't you want your friends to do everything they could?
Do everything they could for what? I would already be dead. Going out to a place where people keep getting murdered doesn't sound like a very smart thing to do.
We won't be alone.
Gabby, I can stay with you. Why don't we go back, go to your house? Your dad said that we're always welcome. So, like, let's just go home. I'll take you home. You guys can look. I'll keep an eye. It's gonna be okay.
No, Leido, you're better at sneaking than any of us. Listen, you stick with the other two, but I think Gabby likes my company better.
Wow, okay. I mean, Gabby, if you want to go with Raj, go with Raj. Like,
Rip freezes for the first time and is just cutting eyes back and forth between Raj and Gabby.
There's a brief moment. There's serious, like, almost anger in Gabby's face as they're listening to this fucking plan. And there's this brief moment where it cuts to almost like a smirk, but then shifts back to anger and is, I don't want any of you going... Looks directly at Ripley. I don't want you going out there. I know it's Miles, okay? Like, I know we're thinking we're gonna find something of Miles out there, and I don't want you going out there, and I don't want you seeing something of Miles. Do you get what I'm saying?
Why? It's better to know than not. If I don't know, I'm just gonna drive myself crazy. And then I'll drive you crazy. Is that what you want?
You already do.
Then nothing's really changing, is it? Look, just go with Raj, do whatever the fuck you two do. We're talking about this later. And it'll be fine. I'll be fine. We'll all be fine.
Have you ever been able to stop them doing anything ever, Gabs?
No. Mm-mm.
You're the one who's in, like, actual danger anyway, so you shouldn't even fucking be here.
Yeah, apparently I missed the memo and just kind of, like, motions over to the student council table.
Do you want me to take you home? Or to my place? Just have some quiet?
kind of looks at Ripley. Yeah, sure. Your place sounds great.
Yep, that's good. That's good. Yes, you are going to be safe. Yep, that's good.
She just stands up.
I'll look after her. Don't worry.
Gross.
That's not what. Whatever, man.
No, for real. I do appreciate
No,
it.
I get it. I get it.
No,
It's fine.
No, it's not that it's you, it's that it's my sister. I
It's fine.
appreciate. I truly appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't make that clear. You're a good friend.
At this point, you hear Gabby. Are you coming or what?
Yeah. Just don't text us. I mean, I do text, whatever. And I just head to the parking lot to get my car.
Yeah, and Raj, as you're walking through the cafeteria to meet Gabby at the other side, it's almost like the whispers are louder. You just hear, "Oh my gosh, are they going home together? Oh my god!" Like there's just this loud chorus of rumors already starting, and the two of you walk out.
One more rumor in the mill.
It's fine. Gabby needs a few more.
I don't think Raj does, but
No.
I wonder if they ever get sick of that. I guess people in small towns just don't have anything better to talk about.
It's not like they shy away from it. I mean,
Some
it was
point
like the
you just have
first
to-
thing they said when I went to go paint that mural.
At some point, I feel like you just have to embrace it. Otherwise, you'll just be pissed off all the time. That kind of sucks too.
Maybe they have to pretend it doesn't bother them.
We should make more of an effort to make sure that people don't talk about them as much.
I mean, unless they like that. Like, I mean, some
Right.
people
But
want
like,
to
good
be
luck
talked
getting
about.
them to like be honest about if they like it or not.
Maybe if we get them when they're tired.
Ooh, we could
I'm usually
play
real
like
honest.
Truth or Dare or something. Have a party.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Speaking of dares,
And I think we just hard cut to the three of you standing at the woods, at the tree line. Familiar to one of you. You see a little group of trees with scratch marks across them and blood stains on the grass and the scratched wood itself. Earth kind of scraped up in some places. Obviously, struggles happened here.
I mean, it doesn't look good.
I don't see. We don't see any scraps of clothing or anything, do we? It's just the.
Go ahead and make roll 2d6. If you have any sort of skill or any sort of abilities based on like investigation or anything like that, or anything you could argue to roll with, that works too.
Go add volatile to it because I'm freaking out at this point.
Yeah, sure.
That is 9.
Okay.
I want to add my dark to it, if that's okay.
Okay. Sure.
I sent you the ability that I wanted to use.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I got an 8.
Okay. You're seeing the scraped up earth. You're seeing grass kind of ripped and torn out in some places. You're seeing the bark just completely ripped off of trees. And dawn. For some reason, there's just the slightest glint. And you have to step like into this area, which feels weird. You step into this area and you look down and you see half buried under like a chunk of grass. You see something shiny and you kind of lean down and you pick it up. I think cinematically Dawn is Dawn has her back to the two of you, picking this item up, and as you are turning around to show it, Ripley, it's Miles's watch.
Fucking knew it.
It's his, isn't it?
Yeah. Ripley is like becoming almost vibrating with tension and is just like stalking from one tree to another, looking at the claw marks. Like taking big, like heaving breaths, like they're trying to smell something, just like moving and looking and trying to just perceive anything that might mean Miles is alive.
I think Leido kind of doesn't stop you, but almost like picks up the pacing with you, just kind of like by your side. And they put a hand like on your elbow just to like let you know that they're there.
I think as soon as Leido touches Rip, they freeze. I don't know how to say this other than to say it, but I really hope you don't take it the wrong way. Please stop touching me.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
And I think at that moment, Ripley, you get... It's kind of like when you were out here the first time, how you smelled Connie's perfume. You get a familiar scent. Not a perfume, not a cologne, just the smell of Casey Hughes. You're realizing that it's just here. And you look down at one of the bloodstains.
Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Shit.
What? Ripley?
Okay, you're just gonna have to trust me. You're just gonna have to trust me. This is Casey's blood.
But then why is... What, the...
I think we might have been wrong about Miles.
What?
Or maybe there were two. Maybe there were two. Maybe there were two. Maybe this isn't him. Maybe this isn't him. I'm gonna go over to the scratch marks and just start like patting them and like comparing size almost.
These claw marks are not familiar in any sort of way.
Shit. What does that mean then? What the fuck does that mean then? God damn it!
And I think with that, we briefly cut over to Raj and Gabby, probably just walking through the front door of the home. There's this moment walking in where she's looking around and she's like, well, this place looks a lot bigger.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way when it's not, the DJ usually goes there and that makes the room smaller
Yeah.
and,
There's a lot of echoing happening right now.
Yeah, you know what? If we go out in the kitchen, it's still big, but the cabinets make it less echoey. Usually, Francis leaves snacks. We can grab popcorn. Yeah. There's movies.
Hey, are you okay?
What?
You just seem different today. I don't really know how to explain it, but are you okay?
The last few days have been a lot. It's
Yeah.
probably just that, yeah. Are you okay? I mean, you were closer with them than I was.
I don't really feel anything anymore. It's
Right.
kind of like this, just numb. Almost like I don't really believe that it's real, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Maybe we can pretend it's not for a bit. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's
I mean, the
make
school sure is.
Yeah, what is up with that? That's concerning. What is with this town? Does it just pretend that everything is fine? I don't understand.
I mean, I don't think they've really had to deal with anything like this before, so maybe they just don't know how, and they think being normal is the best way to go about it. I disagree. But
Yeah.
also, I don't know, the dance is still happening, so I don't know, maybe that'll be nice if there's any of us left to go. And there's like this morbid just stare off into nothing for a moment.
Hey, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. Ripley and them will be fine. The rest of the council will be
Wait, what
fine.
am I doing? I shouldn't be alone with people right now. No offense.
What? Oh,
There's
right.
like this moment of like
Raj backs up.
backing up too. You back up, and I think another room comes into view from the corner of your eye, and you see your friend sitting, like legs dangling for a moment with just this like big smile, and then you turn away just enough to not see them anymore.
You're probably right. Listen, it's weird for me to give you one of my cars. I can drive you home and you can call
It's
your parents
okay.
on the way.
It's totally fine. I trust Ripley. If Ripley trusts you, I trust you. I mean, I kind of trust you anyways, but I don't know. I feel like I Raj, I'm gonna ask you something. If I'm alive tomorrow, I don't know. Do you want to go to the dance together? I know you probably have like a whole lot of people that you could go to the dance with, but
yes. I mean,
yes, you have a lot of people.
I don't have a lot of that would be nice. They're very like glancing in that direction, but trying very hard to like be focused. Yeah, I didn't know you, is this just because you're scared you're gonna, because like I don't mind, it's okay if I'm just kind of easy and here it's fine.
If I'm being honest, it's a little bit of both. I like you. I just didn't think you were really interested in me. And now I think maybe I might die, so maybe I should tell you that I like you before that happens.
I mean, what's not to like about you? I mean,
I don't know, Ripley could probably list a few things.
I'm told that's what siblings are for. I wouldn't know, but what color's your dress?
It's I have a few. Man, we should have gone to my house so I could show you.
You can send me a photo later. I'm sure
Yeah.
I can.
Okay.
Movie?
Yeah. Anything but horror, please.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's some really cool new we could pick something. I'm
Are
sorry.
you sure you're okay? Because I've never seen you like this before, ever.
They glance finally in that direction. Is
You
still
see
there?
like peeking from, and then as you glance, they just kind of disappear.
I it's challenging sometimes. The pressure, I guess. I mean, I guess I should ask, you know what that means for you, right? I mean, even leaving with me, you know what that means.
I mean, yeah, sure.
And you don't... I don't know if it's a small town thing or what, but people have a hard time minding their own goddamn business.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. I just don't want, especially with everything that's happening. I can drive you home and we can forget about this and you can tell everyone that I was super not a gentleman and that you told me to fuck off. Like,
Or we can go watch a movie and maybe people talk about something other than murders for a couple of hours. She holds out her hand.
Raj steps forward and, after one last glance, puts their hand in hers.
And then we cut back over to chaos and panicking.
Ripley, I need you to vocalize what's going on in your head right now because I can't read minds. That's not a thing that I've ever been particularly accomplished at. I think you all have pointed that out to me a lot recently, actually. So I need you to tell me what is happening. You're kind of freaking me out right now.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I feel insane. Okay. So, Casey's dead. Casey's for sure dead. Casey's absolutely dead. I'm pretty sure Casey's dead. Miles? Who knows? I don't know. His watch is here. So...
Wasn't Casey... Didn't you say Casey was responding in the group messages earlier?
Yeah, which is weird, which is bad weird, which is weird bad.
So it was recent.
So somebody has her phone?
Yes, that. Someone definitely has her phone. And they're
Call
trying to
it.
pretend to be her. You're Smo. You're so right. You're so smart. Holy shit. Dawn, brilliant. And I call Casey's phone.
You call Casey's phone and you hear them answer, hello?
Hey,
Hello?
hey, it's Rip. This is weird. Gabby, is busy right now, and she wanted me to call and ask if you could pick up her English homework.
Oh, I didn't go to school today.
That's right, you didn't. Sorry, everything's been so crazy lately. And Rip's eyes are just like getting bigger and bigger.
I draw in like big Sharpie letters. Ask why they weren't at school.
Are you feeling okay? Like, why'd you miss today?
Yeah.
Do you need me to pick up any of your homework?
No, I'm feeling just fine. My parents didn't want me going in today.
Because of the murders?
Smooth.
They like sink down to the forest floor and put like a hand over their eyes.
Yeah, because of the murders.
Sure, for sure.
Listen, I gotta go.
Oh, sure. Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
That's not related to homework. I've been trying to get a hold of Miles. And you know how that goober does with contact sometimes. Have you heard from him?
No.
Great. I haven't either. That's why I asked. Thanks. I hope you feel better about the deaths of your friends. Bye.
I'll let you know if I hear from him.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
The line goes dead.
I think I blacked out. I fucked up so bad.
It wasn't that bad. A little bit, but it wasn't that bad.
Right.
I don't even think she caught the "I'm sorry about the death of your friend's" part. So that's good, right?
Right. Did she sound weird to anyone else?
She sounded really weird, man.
Yeah, it sounded really weird. But even weirder, question. Why were you convinced that that is her blood?
That's a good question.
Why? Because we've had no indication that anything's wrong. Why?
No, that makes a lot
Why?
of sense why you would ask that question for sure. Yeah. Would you believe that I'm studying to be a phlebotomist?
I mean, I wouldn't not believe that, but I also would be very curious as to how you differentiate. Like, if this were my blood on the ground, how would you know it was mine? How is that a thing that's happening? Because, like, I mean,
well, we should get out of this forest. We should leave this forest, actually, because it's bad here.
but like,
At this point, Ripley, your phone rings.
I pull it out and answer it to deflect from whatever the fuck's happening.
Do you look at who's calling you, or do you just answer it
Nope, I
immediately?
just answer. Hello.
Incredible. You hear
Too loud.
you hear Amber Wells. Hey Ripley, I just got a really,
Amber!
really weird call from Casey. Are you doing okay?
I think I'm having a psychotic break. Nope, that's too serious. I think I'm just having a rough time with all the murder at our school.
Yeah, it sounds like you're having a really rough time. Hey, we should meet up.
Okay.
Casey and
are
I,
you-
we're taking this like support group kind of thing. It's been very helpful.
Oh, great. As I see Dawn shaking her head, I'm like mouthing like, when is it?
We meet at different places at different times, so I'll text you when the next one is, but do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Gabby.
Bring Gab. I'll talk to her and see if she wants to come.
Perfect.
For sure.
We'll see you then. And she hangs up.
Okay, it's them. It's fucking them. They
I don't
fucking
like it.
did it.
I don't like it.
No.
Why do they want you to bring Gabby? Can't they just ask her themselves?
They
Like,
want to murder her.
isn't that's her friend?
yeah,
They
they're
want to
on.
murder us both then.
I don't like it.
I'm getting too close. I'm getting too close to the truth, and they're gonna murder me. They're gonna fucking murder me. And I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm not gonna let
I
it
think
happen.
at this point you all hear and you look over and there are like 4 teachers and they're like, out now.
We are doing
Out.
We're praying.
Out.
This is prayer.
This
I'm
is
gonna-
school.
I'm pocketing Miles's watch real quick.
Okay.
This is very.
We're studying flora and fauna for Mrs. Reed's class.
That's
Mhm.
great. Study it somewhere that's not a crime scene, please. And you see a couple of police officers are actually walking over too, and they're like, move it. And one teacher is one that caught Ripley here before and was like, go. Go. I don't go. And I think
You're the
the
ones who
scene,
opened the school.
there's like this arguing and they escort you back into the school.
I text Raj, but not Gabby.
Okay.
Everything that's gone down today.
Okay. And I think, unless anyone has anything certain to interject, the day finishes. Everyone goes home. I think Gabby probably stays over at Raj's house.
I think it is maybe ordering shawarma and like a picnic because they've got like one of those theater rooms with the big couches and stuff that recline, whatever, and like blankets and pillows and all this stuff. And it's literally not even like she texts to let her parents know where she is and that she's fine, but they just fall asleep to some adorable ass kids movie and just chatting, and that's it.
And then we cut over to Dawn. It's like an exterior shot of your home. What does Dawn's house look like?
Dawn's house is an old farmhouse. It's not like falling down, but there are certain aspects of it that could use some touching up or repairs. It's 2 stories, and it's got a nice little porch with some old rocking chairs on it. If you go inside, the furniture looks, again, not in a state of disrepair, but well loved. And also eclectic. It kind of looks like an old person's home. You know how old people have like trinkets and just stuff everywhere? The artwork doesn't look modern. There's only maybe 5 or 6 photos of the family scattered throughout the home. And all of them look as if they've been taken within the last year or 2. It has Dawn, her mother, and then her brother, who is very tall, charming, good looking. And her mother kind of looks frazzled in all of them. And things aren't messy. Or not dirty. They are messy, but they're not dirty. Like, the house is clean. It just looks definitely lived in and a little chaotic. And yeah.
Yeah, and as the camera kind of moves through to Dawn's room, which is where we will find Dawn, what does your room look like?
Honestly, not as full of mementos as most teenage rooms would be. It's pretty obvious that she hasn't been here that long, and she even has some of her stuff still packed in her suitcases as if she doesn't feel like she might stay here that long. There are some books on a dresser, just random assortments of titles. Dante's Inferno looks well loved, read a few times. The picture of Dorian Gray looks like it's falling to pieces. And Dawn is sitting on her bed. It's just a old vintage antique style bed that has a her quilted comforter on it, and she is just sitting there staring at Miles's watch.
And at this point, you hear a little noise right outside your window. It almost sounds like a thump.
I am immediately on high alert and look out.
Kind of take a couple steps over, and you're kind of looking out this window. It's dark outside, so it's hard to see anything. It's just the light that's coming through your own window to outside that you can see. And you're looking out for a moment, and then you see there's this startling moment as something moves in front of the window, and you see Miles. Like this, and it's just tapping on the window.
I'll open it.
As you open it, you see Miles hurries in. He almost like spills in, and you immediately notice that he is covered in blood. Clearly wounded. It's his blood all over him, and as he crashes in, he stumbles down to the floor, lands hard, and he's just saying over and over, "Get away from the window, close it, hurry."
Oh, okay. I'll close it and I'll draw the curtains.
Yeah, as you're drawing the curtains, you see 3 figures dash by. He hasn't gotten up. He is still just laying on the floor, blood already staining anything around him as he's holding various wounds.
I'm gonna reach in to like my suitcase and grab shirts, just whatever I can grab, and go over and try and help. Where have you been? What's happened? Ripley is worried sick about. I mean, we all were, but Ripley's a mess. Ripley thinks you're dead. Where's your phone?
I don't know. And he kind of like pats his pockets, and you see just rips all over. And you're drawing a connection at these slashes and the slashes that you have seen on the trees. And there are just these rips all over him, and he's just, look, I turned off my location because I didn't want anybody to find me, but I realize now that was probably really stupid. I didn't want I didn't want the bad people to find me, and and he's like holding
people.
It's hard to okay. I went to the woods, right? The spot that where all the broken branches are and everything, and Coach was there, and he came up behind me, and everything was a blur, but he attacked me, and yeah, something is happening, and I think it's the faculty, at least part of the faculty doing it. I don't know. And he just looks super exhausted and out of it, and he's like, I've just been being chased, and I'm not even sure who I'm being chased by. I'm pretty sure the coach is one of them. I could have sworn. I don't.
Okay. I'm just like pressing on to whatever I can see is the worst wound. So my mom's a nurse, but I don't know that she's home right now, and honestly, I don't know how to explain this to her.
No, she'll just want to take me to a hospital, and I can't. He gets really serious. I can't go to a hospital.
Oh, you're bleeding an awful lot.
No, Don, I can't go to a hospital.
Oh, well, I mean, you're welcome to stay here, but I can't.
Look, I'll be this is not going to make any sense to you, and I'm so sorry, but I will be okay. I just need some rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I text Ripley that you're okay? Miles, they think you're dead.
Yeah, just don't tell them that I'm here. I just don't want anyone knowing where I am.
Okay. Fuck, okay. I'm gonna pull out my phone. Still holding the cloth in place. I'm gonna text Ripley. Hey, Miles is alive. I will explain more tomorrow. And just leave it at that and turn back around. Question.
Oh, okay.
Bloody cloth in your car.
What?
There was... I'm nosy. I went snooping. There was a bloody cloth in your glove box.
I don't know. Actually, I probably from practice or something. I'm not trying to lie to you. I really don't know. I bleed a lot. And he just kind of looks down at all the blood. It could have just been a bloody nose.
Okay. But you're not here to hurt me right now.
No.
Okay.
Man, that would be a lot of commitment if I was.
I know, that's what I was thinking, but I don't know, like we saw some really weird shit in the woods, and Ripley was losing her mind, and then
You guys went to the woods?
Yes, we went looking for you. I told you Ripley thinks you're dead.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20. I am sorry that I didn't tell anybody, but
They
I've just
found
been
a
kind of
third body. Do you know who it is?
no.
We thought it was you.
I'm sorry. Why did you think it was me? Because I wasn't here?
You weren't answering anybody's text. You weren't at school. And then
That's
whenever
fair.
we went into the woods, I found your watch, actually.
Oh. And he kind of like holds out a bloody hand.
Do you want to wash those first so you don't get it messed up?
I'm just gonna keep bleeding, so I think maybe I'm just gonna go to sleep. If that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I can.
Yeah, you can sleep in my bed. It's fine.
No, I'll get blood all over it.
My mom doesn't really. She's busy. She comes home. She sleeps. I don't know if she's here right now. She usually works pretty late. My brother may or may not be around. He might be out with his friends. I haven't really seen anybody since I came home. I just came up here. I was a little too freaked out to look around for everyone else. I haven't heard anybody, I don't think. But no, it's not a concern. They don't bother me at night. We don't talk much.
Okay. Like it's really hard for me to think right now. I'm just gonna go to sleep and we can talk more in the morning.
Yeah. I'll throw down. Are you sure? You're hurt. You should really take.
I really do not think I can move from this spot. And he's already
Okay.
like moving down to just lay on the floor without like anything else.
I'll like shove a pillow under his head
Thank
and grab some extra blankets. Should I? I'm gonna go see if we have bandages in the bathroom. Do you want me to try to?
Will that make you feel better?
I'm more concerned about making you feel better right now. I think that's the higher priority.
He kind of chuckles, but it's almost like a chuckle where you feel like you're missing out on something. Like you feel like you're missing a key point to this conversation and you're just not really sure what it is. And he just says, yeah, go get the bandages.
Everybody in this town is hiding shit. Okay. And I'm gonna run in and go grab the first aid kit, and yeah.
Yeah, I think you head out, get some first aid stuff, head back in, and you see him just zonked the fuck out. He's kind of like curled up too, like pillow under the head and literally just curled to make himself like as small as possible.
I just stare at him and then try to start cleaning up as much of the blood as I can without disturbing his rest.
He doesn't wake up, but you hear the slightest little... I'm trying to think of the right word to describe this. I think whimpers is a good word. When touching certain wounds, there's like a little flinch and just a little noise in his throat. But you manage to get as many wounds as you can reach cleaned up. You see a lot. There are a lot of wounds. The shirt, you're not even sure how it was on him because there were so many rips in so many places. But you get him cleaned up the best that you can, stop the bleeding for the most part, and do you sleep, I guess, is the question.
I'll lay in bed. I probably don't actually fall asleep. I'm probably just sitting there like, what is happening? Going over everything in my head. I'm still very confused about why Ripley was convinced that was Casey's blood. And just in the type of wounds that he had, and also the claw marks on the trees, just going over and over in my head like the fuck. And yeah, I probably don't manage to get any rest.
I think, you know how when you like stay up all night and morning is finally coming and you're like, oh no, I regret this. I am so tired. I have never been more tired than I am right now at this moment. There's kind of that moment and you're like, oh, I could just close my eyes for just a minute. And then you hear movement and you just open your eyes back up and you see Miles standing up in your room, and he is actually in the process of just putting on one of your hoodies that he found. Facing away from you, as he's putting this hoodie on, you don't see any scratch marks on his back, like any claw marks at all, as he is putting that hoodie on to take the place of his completely mangled shirt from the night Previously.
What? Miles?
He turns around and he's like, oh, I hope this is okay. And he just kind of points to the hoodie.
Wait, no. I like stand up and grab the hoodie and like lift it.
He just
Talk.
smiles.
Speak.
Rude.
No, seriously. What is going on?
I think that's a really broad question, and I think there are different answers to that question based on...
I can get more specific with my questions if you would like, but I think you know the answers that I'm wanting. I don't think I need to get more specific.
You are frightening right now. Okay, maybe it would help if you got a little more specific.
Why aren't you covered? There's still blood on my floor. You had wounds last night.
I had
saw
a feeling
them.
you were going to start with that question.
Yeah. That seemed like the obvious.
I don't really know how to say this in a way that's gonna make sense, or in a way that you're gonna believe me. Fuck it. I was attacked. I don't mean last night, I mean before that. I was attacked when I was out at practice one time, alone, and something happened to me. He's like gauging your face to see if there's any sort of reaction at all.
A lot of confusion. People get attacked in this town a lot, apparently.
Apparently, I think they're just really good at covering it up.
But that doesn't... Miles, why did you heal so quickly?
Yeah, I knew we were... Okay, whatever attacked me wasn't human. And after the attack, neither am I.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know what questions to ask here. I don't know what...
I'm honestly surprised you took that one so well. So, honestly, we're doing great. I thought I could help with whatever is happening at the school because of, what happened to me. I thought I could do something. I thought I could, I don't know, be a fucking hero or something stupid. Not even be I thought maybe this shitty thing that happened to me could actually be for something.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I don't know. What are you gonna do now?
School's in session today, I think. And the dance is tonight, and I don't know what's going on, but I know that I don't have a good feeling about this dance. Why else are they fighting so hard to keep school open and to keep this dance going? I have a really bad feeling about it. Maybe we could figure out what they're planning. I say we, but what I really mean are you guys, because I can't go into that school.
Do you just want to hang out here?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I want to be close by, and kind of points to his ears so that you can call me if anything crazy starts happening.
Call it. You don't.
Just yell. Literally just yell.
Okay.
I'll just hang out around the school, hide and Hey, Dawn. I like you.
Oh, I like you too.
Really? I mean, even after, our conversation this morning, just now.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
I mean, I'm assuming that if you wanted to hurt me, you would have done that last night. So at this point, that just seems like a really unfortunate thing that happened, and so I more feel bad about that. I mean, it's a little weird. It's gonna take some getting used to. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know, you're nice and you're smart and you're brave, and yeah.
Okay. I've tried to ask you like 2 times now, but if this dance is still happening tonight, whether we're going to stop some horrific event or whether we're going to dance, do you want to go together?
Yes.
Great. I hope it's not to stop some horrific event. But either way.
Raj and Ripley are gonna be so proud of you. Okay, I'm gonna like shower and get the rest of this blood off of me, and I'll change, and then I guess can you like run really fast? Do you want to just go on over to the school, or do you want to walk together? I usually ride my bike, but
I'll head out. I don't want anyone to see me. So
why did you come here?
I would like to say it was because I knew this was your house. But I didn't until I saw the mailbox. I was just running and I saw a farmhouse, and I also live at a farmhouse, so it's just this sense of like home.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Me too. Thank you. And he kind of like points down to the floor.
I'll deal with it. It's fine. I'm like really clumsy. If anybody saw stains, I could easily just say I got hurt at band or something. It's fine. Listen, I have absolutely busted my nose with my sax before. It's happened.
Okay, I gotta go. But I will see you later.
Okay.
Okay.
Be careful.
You too. Opens the curtains, opens the window, steps out, kind of looks back, waves. You kind of have this moment where he is wearing your hoodie, and it's too small, so like the end of the arms are like right here, and he just kind of waves, and then you just see him jump down. We cut to the morning, like at school. Everyone is kind of like meeting up before classes are even starting. All of you arrive at school. I think Gabby arrives, Ripley knowing those are not Gabby's clothes, at least. But as everyone's kind of meeting up, what does this morning look like? It is before class, so there's kind of chaos all around, people walking around.
As soon as I see Dawn, I go up and I grab her arm and I'm like, where is he? Is he okay? What the fuck's happening?
He's surprisingly fine. He was not fine last night. Ripley, he came to my fucking window in the middle of the night, and he was covered in wounds, covered in them. Like my floor is ruined. My mother is gonna kill me. But he's just, and he was saying that he was attacked. He was being chased by at least 3 people. I saw them outside my window. I don't know if there was more. He said something about Coach and how the faculty might be in on it, which would make a lot of sense as to why they're not telling us about the other body. And but he's fine now. He woke up this morning and he was fine, Ripley.
I think Dawn would notice that there is no surprise on Ripley's face. And then they try to manufacture it. Oh!
Ripley,
How weird.
why
I'm glad-
why did you know that? Why did you know that was Casey's blood yesterday?
Dawn,
I
feel like you know. At this point, if
Do you
you
want to share with the class?
I'm gonna look around and see if there are any teachers around.
Looking around, you see plenty just standing in various points. You're actually noticing that there are plenty of teachers standing in friend groups of students and just chatting.
Weird. Are there any within earshot of us?
No.
I'm gonna like huddle our little group closer together and be like, okay, so like, ooh, this is a weird thing to say out loud. I don't even know if I'm gonna say it out loud. Sometimes I just know things by sense or extra good hearing. I have very heightened senses.
okay.
That's all. That there is there's more, but I think it's gonna sound insane if I say it out loud, and I already feel peak crazy right now.
Can you just say it,
I
please?
think-
Because a lot's been going on. You're not the only one who's freaking out that they're a weirdo. It would be nice to know what makes you weird, too.
I think Ripley hears Raj under their breath say, "Wolf."
Do you know that?
That's not important. I
have to talk about this shit. So do you.
Is Gabby
Gosh.
still in our circle, or
Um,
has she wandered away?
Oh, I fully assumed she wasn't there.
yeah, I don't
I'm
think
just
she's here.
checking.
I don't
Okay.
think she's here for this.
Right. It's I I don't know
Yes,
where to start.
Weird.
Really.
It's weird. Fucking
It's-
right?
No. There are more things in heaven and earth
Okay.
than are dreamt of in
Mm-hmm. Come on, pretty boy,
Yeah.
finish it.
your philosophy. Listen, I someone asked fuck. Okay.
Would it help if I said
You know
my thing
how
first?
we got
Would it help if I said my thing first? And just got it out of the way. I think I'm a fucking werewolf, you guys. I think I'm like fucking Teen Wolf.
okay, I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it
Got bit by this dude one time, and then so anything you say is gonna sound a lot less crazy than that.
you are wrong, but I appreciate the sentiment. What?
They're wrong. What do you have that's weirder?
Yeah, your turn. Prove it. Spill the beans.
My family, we've not always been, when I was a kid, back in Turkey, we were very not this. And my parents brought me to some ruins. I guess a field trip. We'd used to do little things around where we lived, And I found a lamp.
No
Um,
fucking way.
It sounds cool.
It has to be cool. Come on.
It sounds like Aladdin.
There's always a price.
So it doesn't just like do whatever you want and then you just like order it around and it's fine?
No. You get 3 wishes. Right off the bat. That's true. That part is true. I wished that they didn't have to work so much. When we came here, I mean, they were working 2-3 jobs for this shitty little apartment in the middle of, and I wanted them back. We used to spend so much time together back home. I never see them anymore. And there were other things, other strings attached. I wanted people to know me, but everyone talks about me. It's incessant. You heard them. I was walking out of the cafeteria with your sister, and no one could shut the fuck up. Nobody. And I just wanted to be loved, and nobody fucking... Anyway. I didn't... You guys were so worried when we got caught, and I asked them, whatever, to let us go without, the cops. But there was a price. They said it wouldn't make sense, but that they... I want to say I didn't know the cost before. I thought it was just me. I thought they would just take from me. You gotta understand, I swear.
What did it want?
It wanted someone with your skills, I think. I mean, you're not the only one, Miles. Maybe there's someone else.
No,
so whoever
it's-
bit you, I wouldn't.
Look. You don't have to prove anything. Fuck that. We're getting you and whoever else out of whatever this bullshit is.
You don't know it.
It doesn't know me.
Does it tell you that nobody loves you? Because we love you.
Yeah.
You've known me for like 3 days.
I mean, we've been in school together for a while. I'm quiet. But I mean, and like Leido like flips through their sketchbook and there's like page after page after page of like character studies and sketches of you in class and stuff like that, and like pictures of like you kind of like flirting with people and you like reading your book, and like there's a bunch of like other like kind of like smaller sketches of people, but there's like big ones of you. I don't know. Dawn and I were just talking. Like, we thought maybe, you liked that. Like, some people like being sexy. You don't have to like being sexy if you don't want. That's totally up to you. Freedom's a thing. But, you're not alone. Unless you want to be.
Yeah, no matter whether you like that persona that people think you have or not, just for the record, no matter how much they talk, we're not gonna listen.
You say that, and I believe you. Except, and I look at Ripley. What is it you said when I left with your sister?
No, fuck, it's not It's not about you at all. It's about, like, the grossness of someone maybe porking my sister. Fucked.
Do you know what we did
I don't-
last night, Rip? We watched goddamn cartoons. Wait, I'm not.
No. No one...
Everyone.
Well, not the people that matter. And honestly, knowing that, that's like perfect for her. She's so goddamn high-strung. Are you kidding me? I'm so thankful that someone just like sat with her and... You're a good friend. You're a good person. Whatever the fuck that thing made other people think, it's not really you.
I look around. Do I see it?
You glance around, and for a moment, no. And then you see through the little, like, spaces in a locker, you just see the smile stretch out. And then there's just this jarring moment as the bell rings to start class.
Anyway. It's not the weirdest thing. What you are. There's
Anyone else
others.
have any
Thanks.
secrets they want to get off their chest?
Miles asked me to the dance.
Oh,
Fuck
fucking
yeah!
finally.
My dude!
Oh my
God.
god.
Finally!
It only took murder? Great job, Miles.
You know, some people
gotta
need
motivate
that
a boy
little extra
somehow.
push.
We kind of cut to class. Various classes, kind of like montaging through these classes. You've noticed that one by one, students are being called to the office. They're called to the office. They're there for 5 to 8 minutes, very short, and then they come back. And they either come back with like no expression at all, or they come back kind of confused. You hear over the intercom, Dawn Armstrong, please come to the office. Like, you can see the office down the hall, and someone is standing out waiting for you. It's actually the principal, Erickson. Is just standing, just waiting for you and kind of motioning you over.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Dawn, this will only take a moment. And he just kind of motions you in, and you see one police officer standing in here as well. You come inside, and they kind of like motion towards one of those small like plastic chairs. You sit down, and the principal just stands by the door while the police officer has a little notepad and clicks his pen and just looks at you and says, "How close are you to Miles Harrington?"
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not close to anybody in the school. I mean, I just got here like 6 months ago. So I'm acquaintances, I guess. I had a crush on him for a little bit. But I don't know that he returned that, because he had a hard time talking to me, and but I've been talking to his friends, but sorry, not very.
You see him writing something down. Have you seen Miles today?
No.
Kind of write something else down. What is your blood type?
Oh, A positive, I think. That's not really information I
Do you
keep
have a
on-
+1 for the dance tonight from an outside school?
No.
Okay, that is all that we need. Thank you, Dawn. You're excused. And the principal like opens the office door for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And I'll just walk back to class.
How close are you to Miles Harrington?
I mean, he's in some of my classes.
Have you seen Miles today?
I haven't seen Miles in days.
What is your blood type?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Do you have a +1 to the dance from an outside school tonight?
What? No, I'm not. We're going as friends.
From an outside school?
No.
Okay. You kind of scratch something out.
I think she walks out sketching like a real shitty looking police officer, more stink lines.
How close are you to Miles Harrington?
We're friends, I guess. He hasn't answered a text in fucking days.
How close are you to Miles Harrington?
Who?
Miles Harrington.
Smiles Merrington.
The officer glances over at Principal Erickson, and Erickson says, "Yes, the one you practice with after school."
Practice. Oh, I do have practice after school. There's a lot of kids on the team, though. I don't think any of them are named Giles, though.
Have you seen Miles today?
I don't think anyone's named Giles. Why are you asking about Giles?
You see there's like this like little neck crack for a moment. And then they smile again. Do you know your blood type?
I'm a minor. I don't think you should be asking questions about my body.
Fair enough. And they write something down. Are you bringing anyone to the dance tonight that's outside of this school?
I've never been to a dance. I have paper skin and broken glass legs.
They write way too much down after that. That is all. Thank you.
No prob.
And you just see the eyes just trained on you as you're walking out. And then we cut to lunch. And Gabby sits down and is like, "Did they call you into the office and ask you your blood type?"
Yeah, that's weird, right? I mean, I used to think a lot of things were really weird, but the past 24 hours have opened my... That's not common, even in this town, right?
No, that was very strange. And I think Raj at that kind of leans into Gabby a little bit, sitting a little closer, and just says very quietly, like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah. Yeah, I think. I don't know why they were asking all those questions about Miles.
Yeah, that was weird. So, like, we definitely shouldn't go to the dance, but also we kind of have to, right? Like, we can't
Kind of
not.
have to. So we're going tonight.
I can pick everyone up. I'm picking your sister up anyway, so...
Yeah, you are.
Okay, that is not necessary.
You said I was only we were not allowed to do it if you like weren't actually seeing the person, but you're seeing her. So I don't know. Feel like I'm within my rights to
All right.
say stuff.
I'll give you that one. But point is, I can take one of the bigger cars and fit us all. Is what I'm trying to say.
Feel like having all of us in one place. I feel really weird now knowing that, like, Raj and I are weird. That we're just dragging you and Leido into this. Like, wouldn't it be safer if you two just stayed home? I'm not trying to get out of our date. I'm super not trying to get out of our date.
A few people like turn and look as that was definitely shouted at the lunch tables.
I'm
Few
not trying
people
to
are
get out of
like,
our date. I'm really not trying to get out of our date. I really want you guys to be safe. And I don't want anything to happen to you. Either of you. So...
I mean, if you're a wolf, like, wouldn't it be safer with you in theory than without you?
yeah, maybe.
Just saying, you know. I mean, I've been seen with you in public, so.
Is that such a bad thing?
No, it's great. And you can see they're like still kind of, they're like they're further away from you than normal. Like in the last few scenes, they're always like 5 feet away from you.
And I guess then you'll have Miles to
Yeah.
keep you safe.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I will.
Not that I don't think you guys can totally like kick ass on your own, but like weird shit's happening and like
Yeah.
Oh no, I saw the wounds that were on him. I do not want to. I have no delusions about my own skills or talents or power. I can't fight. So
okay.
To be fair, neither can I.
What can you do though? And like you see Leido gets like really close to your face, Dawn.
I can play saxophone. I can bust my own nose on my saxophone. I can act pretty well. I can't sing. You won't see me in any of the musicals. I try, but I'm not very good at it. I mean, you will see me in musicals, but I'll be, yeah.
Maybe Frenchie. Frenchie doesn't sing.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
You're not like a vampire, a wolf, or a djinn, or a nothing?
Not to my
Oh, like a
knowledge. Not
fairy or
yet, at
something.
least. Oh, that would be cool. No. I'm sorry.
She's just a regular human.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, there's nothing to apologize.
No, it's cool.
for.
Same. I've got spray paint and a fucking lighter. I'm ready to go.
I
That's so
don't
hot.
doubt
What the
that
fuck?
in a second. Do you guys need a moment?
No, that was out
I-
loud and I didn't realize it was out loud. Let's just move past it, please.
It's okay.
So I pick y'all up at 7.
Yeah, but can you like pick me up like down the street from my house so that my
Oh my
moms
God.
aren't like, they're gonna take a lot of pictures. It's gonna be really embarrassing. I'm not good with pictures. I make
It'll-
them. I don't take them.
You don't like having memories of all the things you've gotten to experience?
I mean, I have memories. Are you kidding me? I've got memories coming out my butt. I don't need like, I don't know.
Come on.
Maybe
Your moms
listen.
need this. This is like a thing, right? Like,
Is it
you should
though?
feel lucky that your moms want to be involved. Sorry.
I mean, Mama Ronnie just like goes nuts. Like she needs to take one of me, and then one of me by the bush, and then one of me with my back turned, and then one of me in a pose, and then like, no, I can't. That's just too embarrassing. Please don't make me go through it.
And I think that's when we cut to standing outside of Leido's house.
So Raj pulls up at a Range Rover or something to Leido's chagrin, and jumps out of the car and kind of like bows and holds a hand out for Gabby, who is holding the rose that Raj brought for her, and leads her towards the house, where Leido is, I assume, seething.
Rip literally falls out of the back of the car.
I feel like I'm standing outside of my house, and you guys, when you pull up, you can see two women, a tall, slim, very like regal, angular cheek, kind of butch mask lesbian standing there. She's black. She has short cropped hair that's kind of like picked up high, in like this nice like tall like flat top fade, but it's kind of angular on one side. And then she's like holding hands with this like kind of shorter, not as short as me, but she's very curvy. And you can see she looks like she might be, mixed race, like she looks maybe indigenous or maybe AAPI. And she's got long, thick hair, and she's very curvy and shapely. She's got very like rosy cheeks and like a smattering of freckles on her face. And that's Ronnie and Tanya, my parents. And I kind of come out, and like I am holding this gigantic ginger cat in front of my face. So you can't like that. I'm trying to just get pictures with this cat. And when I see Rip, I like walk over and I'm like, "This is Puck. Mr. Puck, say hi." to Rip, please. And I hold out like a little paw for you to shake.
Oh, Mr. Bug. I realized I didn't show you my cat when you were at my house because we got distracted. But I have a cat too. He usually sleeps in my closet.
Oh,
And
man.
I think there's this moment of, come on, we have to get photos, and everybody's like pushed together. And there's this moment, Dawn, where you're just kind of standing there, and then you feel a brush against your side, and Miles is standing right there, and he's kind of looking around. He's like,
Hey. Yeah. You.
this is not what I'm wearing. And he just points to his hoodie, or your hoodie, that is still what he has on his person. I'm gonna run by. You look great.
Thanks.
Yeah. And he's nervous. He's glancing around, but he's like, I wasn't gonna. Oh fuck. Maybe we shouldn't take photos.
I don't think that my parents are gonna let
too
you get
late
out of
for
this. It's done.
I mean, you could take the hoodie off.
You could borrow my jacket if you want.
Yes. And then he's like, that's thank you so much. I didn't think that through at all. And there's this like stripping of the hoodie, putting on the jacket, and kind of like buttoning it up best that he can. He's like, okay, this is ridiculous, but, and kind of waves to the parents, and there are just all these photos being taken. They want to take some of like just certain, just the couples, just everybody together, just these people, every combination of people they could possibly have in a photo, they're having in a photo. The cat makes it into 50% of them. And
at one point when I'm close to Leido, while we're taking pictures, I reach over and just slip the little wooden sea turtle into her hand.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I forgot to get you flowers. I'm really fucking sorry.
No, flowers die. This is amazing. Do you mind if I paint him?
No, that'd be so cool.
Oh, little guy, I'm gonna do awesome things to your shell. I tuck it in place of where you'd put a boutonniere. Like I just tuck it into my little shirt pocket, and he's peeking out.
And Miles just kind of looks to Dawn and is like, I will see you soon.
Oh, they're looking for you.
Great.
Yeah. It's okay if you can't go.
Yeah. Yeah. And he just kind of turns and walks off.
Before he walks off, can I affix a sticker to his back?
Sure.
So I scribble really quick. Like my moms have made me leave all of my art shit behind. So all I have is a Sharpie and like a small notepad, and some of them are like little "Hi, my name is" stickers that they were like, if you get nervous, just put this on. And I'm like, ugh, I'm not gonna use this, Mom. So I just scribble a little note in it, and I walk up to him and I'm like, hey, and I smack him on the back really hard. Don't be stupid, okay?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He doesn't.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
And just kind of
I honk.
you see him take a couple steps and then just take off running and head off in another direction. And the four of you head to the school, where you see a full parking lot of vehicles. You can hear the music playing in the gym already, and you head into the school. There's these obnoxious fake rose vine railings that kind of guide you from the entrance of the school to the gym itself, and you're kind of walking through those. It's this huge arch that goes all the way through, and they're just obviously fake roses, but they're all across. And as you enter in, the people that are there are like, hello, welcome, come on in. And everybody is just over and over, hello, welcome, come on in. Walk into the gym and you see it is like an obnoxious amount of Valentine's Day. There are red hearts like hanging from the ceiling, spinning around like completely 3D paper hearts that are like, all the layers of paper stretched out. So many of them, red and pink, some white. You see there are tables where there would typically be, food, and they are lined with punch bowls.
Only
That's
punch?
Yes.
What about... I
All
thought,
the
yeah, there were so many cookies and baked goods and...
I'm not
Where's
allowed to
it?
have punch. My mom says I have to like water it down because it's like really sweet and it's bad for my teeth, and it's made out of it's made out of some shit that's gross, and my mom says, like we're supposed to keep it natural. So I honestly think that a cup of that might kill me.
Have you guys ever given blood?
I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
They give you a cookie after.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a cookie.
They were
Well,
asking-
no, I mean, but
They were asking about our blood type too.
right. I don't know, it just feels weird. And I'll kind of I have presumably my arm length through Gabby's, and I just kind of hold her a little bit closer. Maybe don't drink the punch just in case. Not just because it's sweet.
She's glancing around, clearly uneasy. And at this point, all of you see Amber Wells come up to you, and she's like, Gabby, I'm so happy that you're here. And looks to the rest of you and is like, hello.
Hi.
Been here
Hey,
long?
Amber. We just got here.
Great. Have some punch, it's delicious. And just turns and heads over to greet the next group of people that have come in.
She's acting a little weird, right? I mean, I've only seen her a few times in drama class, but she's acting weird, right?
Gabby's just nodding.
Is it common for people in this town to be, well, a motion to Ripley and Raj?
Ripley has been sticking their tongue out in the air like a snake, like for the last probably 2 minutes.
Yeah, Raj continuously scanning for...
I don't know. I only know of 3 of us now, apparently. So maybe, I don't know. Does anyone else smell that?
Smell what?
I don't know.
Ours?
Something's weird.
Human
think
nose
there's a
here.
lot
Help me
weird.
out.
Raj, as you're scanning the room, you're noticing that there are a ridiculous amount of chaperones here. And as you're kind of looking everybody over, it's the entire faculty. The entire faculty is here. And you can see many of them are watching your group specifically. They stare for too long before they look away and pretend to continue the conversation that they were having. You pick up on that pretty easily.
There's a lot of goddamn teachers here, and also listen, I look great, and so do you all. And Gabby, you look like a goddamn princess. But not so that all of the teachers should be looking at us.
They shouldn't be doing that anyway.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
What if we wave?
I'll like twine my fingers through Leido's. I don't know if drawing their attention's the best idea right now.
Oh. Yeah, attention.
They're
I just
already
leave my hand
paying
in,
too
like,
much.
slightly limp in theirs.
Red
Maybe
from ear to
we-
ear.
Maybe we make the rounds and dance a little and hope for the best.
Yeah, let's go dance.
Basically the popular crowd that you see out on the dance floor right now, but as you begin kind of walking around, the song does shift and it turns to a slow song.
You want to dance?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, let's dance.
I gotta warn you, I don't know how to follow.
I don't know how to lead.
I just drag you out onto the dance floor, and immediately, like, even though I'm really small, I immediately start like steering you around, and like I'm surprisingly good. Like you there's like you keep thinking you're about to step on my toes, and it just never happens. Like I'm just we're gliding around the room, and I'm like, oh, I took lots of classes. Yeah, my moms, they want me to be prepared for anything.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
You heard a lot about me, yes, this morning. God, it was just this morning. Fuck.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not like worried or anything. You don't scare me. So
that's good. I didn't even consider that. Fuck, I'm an asshole. I'm glad that's not the case.
Maybe you're just like really comfortable with me.
It has to do with that, actually. When we, when we kissed or whatever, and when you pulled away, there was like flowers and like dew, and you looked all, I mean, not that you don't look beautiful all the time, but like you looked like different beautiful, and I just I wasn't high then, and I don't think I've ever had any kind of weed that would make me see something like that.
And I have it on really good authority. I've read a lot of books about love, and
Love.
sometimes when like you like feel like a way. I'm not saying you're in love with me. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying I'm not.
God. I'm just saying, like, when there's and like you feel like a trip for the first time in the dance. I'm just saying, sometimes when in gym class we saw that video that said emotions run high, and sometimes puberty, does things that we don't want it to,
Leido.
and we have to deal with our changing bodies and brains. So I'm just saying, maybe because there was so much love in the air that just like it was like flowers and rainbows.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. Not that it couldn't be that, but I don't think that I would hallucinate. You don't have to tell me. I just wanted to make sure I saw what I saw.
I guess that would be really shitty if I tried to let you gaslight you into thinking that you didn't see.
No, there's literally no pressure. I get it. It's okay. You don't have to explain anything.
Sometimes weird stuff just happens.
Yeah.
That's
fine.
Normal teen stuff. It's
Normal.
See, kiss me. And I like lean forward and I give you like just a peck on the lips. See? No flowers. Everything's fine. It's nothing weird. We're right here.
I kiss her again.
See? More.
I kiss her one more time and I just like stay close.
You smell the smell of like that same forest and like all the flowers. Like you don't see anything. You can feel them squeezing your hands really, 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 really hard. And they've got this like look on their face. Like they're not really looking in your eyes. They're just kind of looking like over your shoulder, like at all the teachers. We're around a lot of people, so I probably should stay focused on the task at hand.
Whatever you make happen smells better than whatever the fuck's going on in here, so can't blame me.
Yeah. Well, you can. It smells really nice. It's great.
And at this point, there is a crashing sound from one of the punch tables. Something slams down onto it and draws your attention, and then we rewind. And we back up to Raj and Gabby and Dawn standing there as Ripley and Leido walk off to go dance.
I could dance with both of you at the same time. We could make that happen. I just don't want Dawn to feel left out. You're muted.
You're muted.
Be okay. You two should go enjoy your alone time. I'm gonna go pretend to drink the punch maybe, and then like try and mosey past and see if I hear anything.
Okay.
Gabby says, "Are you sure?" But like it's clear on her face that she does not want you to join.
It's gonna look really weird for the three of us to be. I feel like that would make the teachers notice us. We'll just. Yeah. I'm okay. I promise, Rosh. But I appreciate your consideration. Go.
Okay. I kind of a small little bow and hold my hand out to Gabby. Then.
Oh, she like gets all like proper and gives you her hand.
I do like a beautiful, graceful spin because, of course, they do.
Absolutely, they do.
And they lead her in a waltz.
Oh, she is not prepared for this at all, but completely goes with like everything that you're doing. There's a lot of, oddly enough, like genuine like laughing as she's like, I don't know how to do this at all. But there's actually this good time being had. And then you hear the crashing in the punch table and all eyes dart that direction. And then we rewind again. And we see Dawn head over to pretend to drink the punch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Head over, you fill up a cup. It's just this red punch. You're expecting it to be thick, but it's thin, and you kind of pour it. Do you smell it?
Mm-hmm. Not very carefully, as if I'm putting it up to my mouth and I'm looking around for somebody or something. And
it has a very like stale fruit smell to it, almost like if it was like fruit punch that has been left out for like a week or so. That's kind of how it smells, almost like this moldy. There's a scent, you can't quite place it, but it doesn't smell good. And as you're kind of smelling that, you then feel a hand touch the cup and put it down, and you see Miles now in a suit. It looks a little disheveled, like he definitely sprinted here, but he sets the cup down. He's like, that smells terrible. Please don't drink it.
Yeah, it did even to me. You look really handsome.
No, I don't. I look like I ran here because I did.
You look handsome. They were asking about you earlier. I don't know that you should be here.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to dance with you.
Okay.
He just holds a hand out.
I'll take it. I'm kind of side glancing, not noticeably look around, but side glancing to see if any of the teachers are looking at us.
As he like pulls you in, it's a very high school dance. Like Miles does not know how to dance. But so there is just this like little, high school dancing happening here, just pulling you kind of close. Definitely nervous, like on many accounts, nervous to be having you so close to him, nervous to be here in this gym with all of these teachers. And as you are glancing around, you are noticing people are kind of looking, and they see Miles and they kind of turn and like tell someone else. I mean, nobody seems to be acting on it just yet, but you do notice you're the only one glancing around. Miles is not.
They're watching. They're watching you.
I figured.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you okay?
I don't know. Something's happening. Something's happening, and he just kind of like motions to the rest of this gym. I can't figure out what it is, but I don't like it.
I would like to say that I'll protect you, but we both know that that's not gonna happen. I'll watch your back, and I'll just kind of like lean closer and put my head over her shoulder and just kind of watch behind him.
And there's just this moment, maybe a couple more like spins. You're stopped. There's a hand placed on Miles' shoulder and a hand placed on your shoulder, and Miles is kind of pulled away, picked up, and thrown, and he is slammed into the punch table. The punch table splits, and he falls down directly like on the floor. All of the punch begins spilling, and at that moment, Ripley, you know what the smell is. You're not sure what is masking it, but there is blood in this punch. You know that for a fact at this point. And it is just spilling down onto Miles.
I push Gabby behind me.
And I put Leido behind me.
And just back up a bit to get her away of the splash zone.
I'm struggling against whatever hand was holding me, trying to get over to him.
All of you just kind of turn to look in that direction, shielding your dancing partners. Dawn, you are struggling against this person that has a hand on your shoulder, and as you look up at them, it is one of your teachers, and they are looking down at you, and they bare their fangs. As you see, as their mouth opens up, the fangs come down, and what would you like to do as they move in to bite you?
I guess I'm gonna reach up to smack him. I literally don't have shit.
It takes only a couple of seconds. I let go of Rip, like Ripley feels my hands kind of leave theirs, and I'm like over right next to Dawn, and I have, hopefully, I have my hand like around the throat of this teacher, and I'm squeezing hard. And like when Dawn looks at me, my eyes are like glowing like hot coals in my head. Like there's like a yellow like glow, and like my hair is like rippling, and like I'm really like I'm shimmery looking, and like it's clear that like I have been pushed to my bullshit limit, and I look furious, like really angry, and I say, "What are you doing?"
And in that moment, Raj, Ripley, and Gabby that have just seen this happen, you don't even have a moment to react as you see literally every other person at this dance, every other student, every other teacher turn to look in the direction of the four of you, Miles and Gabby, and bare their fangs.
Fuck.
No.
You hear
This
the gym
isn't what
doors
we're doing.
close.
Leido like starts to float a little bit, and like that smell of like verdant kind of flowers and florals and things like that comes back, but it's like sickly sweet, like things are rotting. And like the gym inside, like you start seeing kind of like the walls peel to show this like very kind of like it looks like a dying forest. It doesn't look like a regular forest, like it's still kind of like magical. But there are like glowing eyes like dotting like the darkness of this forest behind them, like around you guys. And Leido looks at this creature and says, "A contract has been broken."
As this is happening, like your words echo through this gym that is now turning into this forest. What is everyone else doing at this moment? You see all of these vampires. One of them immediately turns towards Dawn, now that Dawn is not targeted by anyone, goes to lunge towards you, and you see, slamming into them and rolling down on the floor, you see a wolf, the same color as Miles's hair, more human, like more humanoid than wolf, but definitely the face itself is twisted in this snout and these teeth that clench together at uneven intervals. It's not like any werewolf depictions you've ever seen before. It's not pretty. And as they slam into this vampire, they stand back up, and you see, as the vampire pushes their arms out, you see claws extend. And at that exact moment, you know exactly what made those marks in the trees and what made those marks in Miles before. And they start slashing, and you see Miles like fighting to block them.
I'll try to grab a broken piece of the table that looks sharp, and I guess start running in the general direction of where Miles is fighting, because this doesn't seem like a fair fight.
Ripley doesn't do like a full transform. They just like get a little bit taller and wider, and their hair kind of grows and shifts until it's like part of their body a little bit. And they're gonna go and grab Gabby. Oh no, the doors are shut. Fuck. I hate you. Then I'm just going, because I can see that Leido's got some shit going. So I'm just gonna go stand in front of my sister and start bodily throwing people away from her.
As you're walking up to Gabby, Gabby's like, oh my god, what the fuck?
We'll talk about it later.
You have a lot of explaining to do. And
I
then
know.
that is when like someone like lunges forward and you just grab onto them and throw them off in the other direction. It's just like, oh my god. And she is just, there's a lot happening right now. She's seeing a lot of things happen in a lot of different places that she was completely unaware of that existed until this moment right now. So you can see a lot of panic, and they just start backing up, trying to like back up to a wall at this point. And you just still hear Leido's voice booming. A contract has been broken, like over and over, just echoing through as more of this forest is growing to cover different walls and different parts of this gym. Dawn, you rush up, and you immediately like go to, I assume, stab one of these vampires with this shard of table that you have. You go to stab, and you see they don't even look at you. They just reach out and grab onto your wrist and twist, and you drop that little piece of table, and you see two more of them coming up like directly behind you. They grab onto you. You see one of them grab on, pull your hair in one direction, and go to bite from behind. Does anyone have anything to do here?
So I'm going to grab the gilded flower that I gave to Gabby and try to stab the thing in the heart area.
So the one that is right behind Dawn.
That's trying to bite her.
Yeah, moving into bite, then just suddenly like arcs up as this rose like stabs through the chest of this ex-student. Stabs in, and they just kind of like snarl. You feel their claws like pierce into your head and your shoulder, but they turn around and they see Raj, and they kind of like let out this hiss towards Raj. And before they can act on that hiss at all, their face is just grabbed by Miles and twisted. And you hear the neck crack, and the vampire falls. And Miles is just looking around, and all of you are realizing there are so many in here. It is every student. It is every teacher.
I'm now just enraged. My playbook says that when a contract is broken, I have the right to take it in blood. And I think that whatever is inside of these people that is making them a vampire, like whatever it is that's getting them, I think that catches fire. Like that just burns up. Maybe not in the students. Like the students hopefully can be dealt with another way, but I think all of the teachers, like there is a social contract between students and teachers, and in the halls of every school there are school mottos like do no harm, education comes first, work with your students, learn from each other, like all of these really beautiful words that are a social contract and are a promise. And as this promise is now being broken with these teachers feasting on their students, I exact that revenge.
So there's this moment that seems completely hopeless. There's a little more fight left in everybody. You see Miles like just slam into people, just rip them apart, just keeping them away from the people that he can keep them away from. And we see Dawn, you kind of like, after you're let go, collapse down to the floor, grab onto that piece of table just in time to see someone else lunging at you, and you just jam it up into their throat, and you hear them like gurgling for a second as you let go and they kind of back away. You hear this gurgling sound inside of the teachers, and then as they open their mouth, you see flame come out. You see flame burning up almost from the inside out as it's burning through their chest up into their head. You see them like backing away immediately, like no longer interested in attacking anybody. You see them backing up and writhing as they are trying to swat these flames away, but the flames are coming from inside of them. And you see them squirming and screaming, and you hear Leido's words again. A contract has been broken. And I think as Leido's feet touch the gym floor again, the bodies of all of the vampires fall. The teachers fall into ash, while the students fall unconscious. The only ones left standing are Dawn, Ripley, Leido, Raj, Miles, and Gabby. Standing, panting, and looking around.
Leido, that was cool as fuck, dude.
Yeah, what?
What was that?
Uh,
You just saved all of us.
yeah. My
You're
moms are
amazing.
gonna be so pissed. I said I was
What?
supposed to lie low. I'm not supposed to be good at stuff. I'm sorry, guys. Guess I have explaining. Yeah. Dawn, I'm sorry. I'm not like you. I wish I was. It'd be easier.
If you were like me, we'd all be dead right now.
Yeah.
I think as they like start to come clean, like you see like the gym starts turning back into the gym. But like that, like the smell starts to die away, and their hair like kind of falls back into place. So I'm a fae. I'm sorry. Do you know what that is? I know we've read Midsummer Night's Dream. It's not
Your
not,
cat's name is Puck!
he's not really a cat.
What is he?
Oh, that's even cooler.
It's not that cool.
Wait! Hold a fucking minute! Ronnie and Tanya. Are your parents Oberon and Titania?
No, please. Like, don't. Oh, they're gonna be so...
They don't have to know I know.
They're really lame. They're not that cool. I know.
Wait.
The poems and the books and whatever, it's great. Oh, they're so great. No, they're not.
So great.
They're shitty, okay? They are embarrassing parents like everyone else, no matter what they think.
At this point, you hear the sound of like struggling to try to open the gym doors, and Gabby is trying to get the fuck out
Oh,
of
shit.
this gym.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we should probably follow her.
I don't know. I'm not that strong.
She's not able to open it, but she's glancing back at all of you, just terrified.
I'll go over really slowly.
No, wait, just don't.
It's me.
I'm human.
Listen, you've been partying with vampires for weeks. You don't get to judge us, Gabby.
Yeah, kinda.
No. They weren't always like that.
What happened?
I don't know, but I need to get away from you, please. I don't want to be in here anymore.
Can't open the door. You can move away if you want.
She takes a couple steps back.
I just push the door open.
As soon as it opens, she is out of there.
That's a normal reaction, right? That's normal.
She'll calm down.
Yeah. Oh my god, do your dads know?
No. You think you saw her react like that? You think my fucking dads know?
Well, I mean, they're gonna.
No, they're not. They can't. They're gonna keep me away from her and Ollie, and that's not. I can control it. If I can control it, and you can see them trying to like muscle their way back into their normal form. If I can control it, then they won't send me away. It'll be fine.
Yeah, but like whatever. I mean, they're not mad about the other stuff. Like, you know, like the gay stuff. That's fine. So like,
Yeah, they're
why
gay,
wouldn't they
dude.
accept you for this? It's just a little different. It's not bad.
I don't know. We had to move because it doesn't matter. Gabby can't tell. It's fine.
I just
and
don't
you
see how you can draw the line in the sand there. I mean,
when I could lose control and violently hurt my siblings.
You haven't yet. How long have you been like this?
I'll kind of turn to Miles.
Miles is still full wolf, just standing panting and looking around at everybody, almost like trying to stop attacking things.
I walk over really slowly and I put my hand between his ears and I just kind of sink my fingers into his fur and like just hold him there as much as I can. I don't know, I think it was November or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
I mean, he's all jazzed up and he's not trying to eat Dawn, so.
Yeah. Well. We should get some air or some moonlight. I don't know.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. And I'll like push him out the door as I'm trying to like fix myself.
Yeah, I think there are moments of like you're leading him out the door, and there are moments where he turns to come back in, and you just grab him and push him out a little bit harder than you would have to push a normal person. And eventually you do get outside.
Is Gabby anywhere in eyesight?
No.
Or anyone else?
No. You have noticed you're tracking bloody footprints from all of the spilled punch as well.
We could go to my house. My mom works late and my brother is always out on the weekends.
My
If we
house
needed to.
is empty and I
Oh,
have
yeah.
extra bedrooms, so
Oh yeah, okay.
that works too. I don't think the party is happening. But there's food and snacks and stuff.
Food would be great. Yeah.
As we kind of like walk and talk, Leido's just kind of wondering out loud, you know, are the cops in on it? Because like, protect and serve, that's a contract. And their hair starts to light up and their eyes start to glow. And they're like, that could be a party. I'm just saying, if we wanted to have a nice night, like, sorry.
Maybe next weekend. I think we've had enough excitement for the week. I think I'm at my quota of fucked up shit for the week. If I'm being totally honest.
It's understandable.
You do. But you do contracts. Can you make deals? Or your
Yeah.
your parents?
All of us? What are you after?
I'm after getting out of mine.
As you walk through the front door, you hear the sound of whistling. Whistling a tune that nobody really recognizes except for Raj.
That would be them. If you don't mind taking your shoes off, it's a thing. I'm sorry, it's a thing. But that would be them.
Hey! Jin, get out here! I got a bone to pick with you.
You hear a bone, and it's not even like that they're just appearing in front of you, just they're suddenly there. And kind of leaning against the door frame and kind of looking each person over, pointing one finger each at Ripley and at Miles. I asked for one and you bring me two.
Keep your fingers to yourself. We're not here to hold up any bargains.
You don't really have a say in this one.
Don't make me call my moms.
Oh. You see they smile, and the smile kind of stretches for a moment before pushing back.
Yeah, not impressed.
Neither am I.
Listen, I don't know about you, but any fae worth their salt doesn't make any kind of contract with a child. You have to be at least 16 years old. 7? Really? I think that the person that you want to talk to is their parents.
They just look unimpressed.
You can be unimpressed if you want, but I could trap you in there for the rest of your life. I have to just make one call.
Oh no, please don't.
Okay? I think I take a step back. My moms are not going to be happy.
You hear a chuckle as kind of like Cheshire Cat style, smiles, and everything disappears but the smile for a moment, and then they disappear fully.
Yeah, I immediately get on my cell phone, and I'm rubbing Raj on the shoulder. It's okay. I'm not in over my head.
Are Ripley and Miles still here? Or did they disappear with them?
Miles is here. Ripley is here.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Rude.
What the fuck?
You're rude. So I call them and I'm like, hi. So we've got somebody. There's a djinn that's making lasting deals involving recruiting other children.
All of you probably, it's not even put this on speaker. You're just talking so fast into the phone. You're getting replies back. So all of you are getting only Leido's side of the conversation, and you get and a whole lot of, just writing things down. Okay. What you can gather is they can probably trap them back in the bottle, but not while there is an open debt. And if the debt is not paid, something dire could happen to Raj.
What exactly did they say to you? The price.
I don't know the exact wording. Just that they wanted, and I look over at Ripley, someone like them.
I kind of hold up this quick sketch, and it's an illustration of Rip, but as a wolf, a half person, half wolf. The bottom half is wolfed out, and the front half is teen wolf, kind of where they've got a bunch of fluff here, and their fangs are coming out and stuff, and their eyes are real wild. Yeah, good likeness.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, but would that work?
They didn't name me.
They said they
didn't name
wanted
Miles.
a wolf, someone you'd
That
met recently. I'd say
Yeah.
that this counts.
I fucking hope you're right.
I tear it out and I hand it to you. They're not scared of me, but if they lose you, that'll get them. And if it doesn't work,
Okay.
we'll keep trying.
Yeah, okay. I hold it in my hand and just kind of hold it up. I got your fucking wolf.
You almost hear the smile before you see it. It's very strange. And then standing literally right beside you, you see out of the corner of your eye that horrible, horrible face. And they snatch it. They look at it. They smile. And they say, for someone who knows contracts, and they glance over to Leido, you misread this one. And they snap. And you hear this ripping sound. It's almost like the paper just rips, but the paper doesn't rip. You see the paper fall down to the floor, and this smiling Jinn is gone. And so is Raj.
No.
And I think that's where we're ending this 2-shot.
I don't like that.
No!
No.
That got me so bad.
Good. I was trying to hold it together so
It is too late / early for that, Kerri.
I gotta beat this dude's ass.